Yes, yes. Give yourself a hand clap. Give yourself some applause. Y'all had to reset my main PC. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Like all my volume went away right before I clicked the live link, and I thought the live wasn't going, but clearly it's here, and y'all are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning to the Triple A family, man. We got some vibes today. Thank y'all for pulling up early today, man. Got the numbers up today. Love y'all, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up 100%. Y'all, we got the team getting locked back in today. My boy Matt Farm says, nice intro. First comment of the day goes to none other than our guy, Zach Wilges. Yes, thank y'all for pulling up. Like, share, and subscribe to stream. I know y'all love the new beat. Shout out to Rico, man. My brother Rico Mitchell with the with the beat, with the new, man. I'm telling you, I've been stumbling up on some stuff, man, and I think y'all gonna really like what we bring into the channel to continue to keep, stay ahead of the game and keep this thing diverse, keep it changed up. Do we have any birthdays today? Can I get one of my moderators to check the birthday chat? I feel like we got a birthday coming up either today or tomorrow. If you got a birthday coming up, you in the chat right now, make sure y'all let us know, man. We love to acknowledge our family, show y'all love. Make sure y'all getting y'all love from the AAA family, and understand that you all make this network what it is. Shout out to the 29 of you on YouTube. Shout out to the 34 of you on Twitter. As we are standing and we're in bringing the show, getting the show started, I ask that everybody take a moment right now on YouTube. All 29 of you, take a moment and share the live stream on all your major social media platforms: Facebook, not YouTube, but Instagram, Twitter, every major social media platform. Y'all go ahead and share this live. We're going to dive into recruiting this morning. I got back in the gym this morning. I got my breakfast. I'm gonna go grab real quick when we run the commercial. But yeah, we're gonna do this thing today, man. I'm glad y'all here. I can't wait to dive into it. We got the phone call segment, of course, calling in, and we're gonna start breaking down the roster, get into some of these freshmen, this class of 24 freshmen, this the depth chart, how everything has been laid out thus far in this off season. We got a few social media posts we're gonna go check out. Offensive line and defensive line getting some work in, doing some hand-to-hand combat training stuff to work their trench warfare with using their hands, being violent with their hands, being able to win early in attack. We got a lot of things that we're going to touch on today. But before we get into the show, man, I just got to take a moment to acknowledge each and every one of you, man, starting here with Trina in the chat doing her mod thing. She says the like, share, and subscribe button on your way in, y'all, with the elephant emoji. Roll Tide, Trina, 100%. Let's go full screen with it. Fam First, TV1, showing love, saying hashtag 431. That's John Burnett. That's Jamari Burnett's father, Mr. Megatron himself, down at Russ County High School wide receiver class of 2026. Got to see him in action at practice last week. Man, I can't wait to show y'all this Bryson Riggins edit, and we'll be adding Jamari and Denver Harper kind of as like spinoffs to that series for Russell County when we get ready to do Friday Night Lights. Travelpreneur podcast coming in, showing love, y'all. If it sounds like my voice going, I really went hard in the gym this morning, and I was like in a different vibe, man. I was locked in this morning. I got a great workout after being away from a week. Dino is in the chat. Jordan Wright is in the chat, man. Let's go. Shane B, I see you. Shane, we're going to respond to your question from yesterday because our segments today with our recruiting, we talk mainly recruiting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to dive into the question you asked yesterday about guys that we think are going to be first rounders in this class of 2025 class. This class of 2025 recruiting commits, those guys that have committed to the University of Alabama. We're going to dive into it to see and project who can possibly be a first round draft pick out of this class. Looking at this class right now, overall composite scores early going into their final fall year, you see a lot of these guys getting elevated from 4-star to 5-star. You see a lot of high rated 5 stars, 97, 98. A solid season puts you at 99. I think in the class of 2017, we had 399 overall composite 5 stars in that class, if I'm not mistaken. So this class has an opportunity to do the same on the way it's trending. Greg McKinney, Carla, I see y'all in the chat. I love y'all, man. My boy Antoine said that beat is life. Shout out to Rico, man. He put it on. Listen, he said he sent it to me. He was like, this is for your show. And he was right, because that's how we get down. Y'all know we always find them fire, man. If you in the chat and you ain't like the video, Antoine is on it this morning, man. How many cars you done sold already, Antoine? Look, how many cars you done sold already? He said a quick gulag trip. Shout out to my sister Susan. Sister Susie is in the chat. Roll Tide, Roll William Dansby is in the chat. What's up, man? He's saying what's up to the AAA fam. Brittany B said July 27th. That's when the next birthday is. Moon Rocker was July 15th. We celebrated Moon Rocker yesterday. Mary is July 14th. Mary, we didn't get to tell you happy birthday because it was on a Sunday. Mary, we apologize. Look, happy birthday, Mary. Let me get a banner made for Mary because she is a solid supporter of this channel. And she makes it her duty to come in here and show her love. So let me get a banner up. Mary J. If she's in the chat, y'all make sure we show Mary J some happy belated birthday love. And y'all, we're finding a way. I'm actually looking for somebody that's going to be able to keep track of that type of stuff for the network because it's a lot of people now. It's a lot of people. And I got 6 kids. I got 2 parents. You know, I got a lot of nieces and nephews. Well, I got a lot of nieces, 1 nephew. You know, I got god kids, so I got a lot of birthdays to remember. So adding y'all to that family, man, is gonna be harder. I'm telling y'all, I just love showing love. I love all my people. So happy belated birthday to Mary J. Brittany B. Appreciate you for putting that in the chat and keeping us up to date. That might be your little new gig, Brittany, keeping up with the family affairs. You know what I'm saying? Because you be on top of everything. So we could talk about that if you interested. You know, might just have you record voiceovers. Today's birthdays are, and just call them out. That'll be lit. Have you record it for your boy and send it to your brother. But yeah, happy belated birthday to Mary J. Thank you for pulling up in the chat and supporting the YouTube channel. She said, good morning. That's okay. No, it's not okay, Mary. You support this channel. You've been here since we started, since we came over back to the Coach Smook Network and launched. We want to definitely show you our appreciation and give you your flowers while you're here. Y'all, we had like 4 people write me yesterday about the call-in segment. They didn't get in. And I'm so sorry. Yesterday was like a makeup day for not being here all last week. Today, call-in segment gonna be the same. Gonna give people freedom to talk. We want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. You know, people want to, the community wants to hear you. And right now in the off season, this is the time to be heard. Sound bites can be made. Great sound bites can be made with your takes, you guys, and your I mean, just this community in particular brings a different vibe, you know. Shout out to everybody in the chat though, man. Listen, we might have some Georgia fans pulling up this week, Thursday and Friday. I was talking some trash in the gym this morning. Some good trash talk. I'm in Atlanta, so I'm surrounded by Georgia fans. There's only one. I've only seen 1 or 2 Alabama fans that come in there, and they're older. They're not. I don't think they're diehard either, or they're just, they're just reserved. But they don't rep like we do. JB, what's good, my brother? Shane, I see you. Y'all showing Mary J some love, the kinesis. This is small talk. Y'all know we like to try to talk to for the first 20 minutes, let everybody get a chance to get in. So once we start putting out this information, all of our takes and stuff, we don't have to dial it back and rerun and touch on things that we've already kind of talked about. But y'all, while you're waiting for the show for us to jump into our segments, we don't necessarily have an inspirational moment, but I want to thank y'all because yesterday we got to 114 likes on yesterday's live stream. When I went to check it at 2:00 in the afternoon, so about 2 hours after we ended our live, we were at 100 likes. So I appreciate you all for your conservative efforts to continue to keep our algorithm up. Let's continue to push for that 100 likes. We're trying to go 90 days where we have a 90% or better retention with our like goals. So I think we've only missed out of the first 2.5 months. We've only missed like 4 or 5 days where we didn't have 100 likes, and those were crazy weeks, just like last week. But I'm going to continue to bring the content. We're getting back on the breaking news reactions this week. So any breaking news for Alabama football, I might be going live a little earlier sometimes, right before breaking news, just to allow people to be, wondering what's going on, because we got some intel on some recruits that we might have a possible flip coming in the next 6 or 7 days. And then we also have a commit that should be coming, if not today, y'all. I'm thinking maybe a Friday or a Saturday big, solo announcement type thing for running back AK Deer. Not sure. Just some things that we've been hearing, talking about, seeing some crumbs laid out there. And I think we're in good position to really secure this #1 class early on. No matter what we could lose 2 guys right now and still be overall composite #1 team. So with that being said, y'all, thank y'all for 100 likes. Again, 100 plus likes on the stream. We're going to continue to grow. I don't know if y'all seen it, but we lost a few followers. And it is what it is. It happens. We fluctuate. We went from last month, we went from 1786 to 1740, and then we jumped up to 1800 over 2 days. Then we went from 1800 to 1900 in a matter of like 4 or 5 days, and now we're back to 1883. So people change, they have a change of heart, but it is what it is. We're gonna keep doing what we do. We keep putting that content out, and that's what we're gonna rely on, being authentic. My guy Brett Sullivan said, "Good morning, people. How y'all doing? Happy birthday at Mary, and I hope today treats you well." Yes, today's not her birthday. We 2 days late, but we definitely gonna show our baby Mary some love, y'all. Mary be supporting the Coach Smook Network and the AAA fam. Wish she could get in that Discord. Tamara, my big sister, what's up, baby? How you feeling this morning? Good to see you in the chat. Greg, my boy, phone line gonna be open here in about 45 minutes, so get ready to call in. You bring the heat always. Yes. Todd Tipton said he thinks Deer pops today. That's what I said, within a few hours or the next few days. Like, my youngin, and the thing is, Deer was going to initially commit to Alabama, and we got some insight on some recruiting stories about some of the ways that things have shaped up. And I have a philosophy on how this class is going to shape up. So after we get our commercial and we get into our short inspirational moment for today, which is really just a conversation, to get a feel for the community, we'll jump into all of these topics. So without further ado, y'all, take a moment, look at this informational infomercial, and find out how to become a member of the AAA family. I really want this memberships to continue to grow. We're headed for a target, 150 members, and then we want to start launching all of our full-time perks for our memberships. So continue to share the link to become a member of the YouTube channel, and we're going to continue to bring the content. This is how you become a member of the AAA family. Enjoy. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight, that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Yeah. Yo, we got 100 total viewers on this stream right now. We got 42 right there on YouTube. We got 60 on Twitter. Just got 2 more added on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, pull up on the YouTube side, man. I'm telling you, we had 2 people come in and they didn't comment yesterday, but they said they enjoyed the view that you get on YouTube. So definitely pull up. JG is in the building. How you doing, JG? I ain't seen you in a few days, man. Roll Tide. Jordan, what you hearing, Jordan? What Jordan said he hearing? I'm saying. Oh yes, I got a take on that, y'all. I got some insight last night. Uncle Jay was actually up with me. So if Uncle Jay check in, you know that this ain't no cap. If Uncle Jay can verify this and confirm. So I called Uncle Jay about almost 1:00 last night, my time. So it was getting close to midnight his time. And we were talking, and I was privy to some information. So Alabama, because of the Caleb Cunningham signing, there's a strong possibility that Alabama will not push for another wide receiver in this class. They're very confident in their current roster, the current wide receivers on roster, being the likes of junior transfer Jeremy Bernard, junior Kendrick Locke, both true freshmen, Caleb Odom, Ryan Williams. You got Kobe Prentice, who's a junior. You have Emmanuel Henderson, who's a junior. You got Amari Jefferson, who's a true freshman. You got Jaron Hamilton, who's starting to make some noise. He and Cole Adams are both starting to arise and ascend in the depth chart as far as reliable rotational pieces. Guys who are route technicians that are sure-handed, may not be the fastest, may not be the highest jumpers, but guys that you can rely on to execute, right? And one thing that I've been hearing about Cole Adams is his attention to detail is probably number 2 or number 3 in that room. So you got quality guys that haven't got a lot of film in their first year or their first 2 years on campus. It's not likely that they're going to have a year with all this talent in this room, this new offense. It's unlikely that you're going to see a lot of guys leave from this wide receiver room after this season, right? It would be unheard of. As much talent as we want to load on the offensive side, we have a lot of talent. Bubba Hampton, Rico Scott, all of these guys are guys that this staff are ready to develop, and they're focused on developing what they have on roster. So if you go in this class right now, you add the likes of Lacier Brooks and you add the likes of Caleb Cunningham, you really don't need to go anywhere. There was one target that I was very confident that Alabama would be able to land, and he had silently committed last week before Caleb Cunningham decided to commit this weekend. But when he made contact with the staff, they chose, and this is what I love about this staff. They have a direct line of sight of the type of receiver that they want. So when they are dialed in on guys that fit that mold, they go and give each guy that same energy. We want a wide receiver that fits this mold. And there were a few wide receivers that fit the Caleb Cunningham mold in this class. We all talked about it over the weeks. Khalid Lockett, Decorian Moore, Travis Smith Jr., Quanell Farrakhan, all of these guys that fit this mold of the type of receiver that will fit into what this roster needs coming in, based off of what you might lose next year through transition, transfer portal, to the draft, what you might lose. Jeremy Bernard, Kendrick Law might be the only guys that leave for the draft this year. Maybe a Kobe Prentice, but realistically, I would not be surprised to see all 3 of those guys come back for a senior year. Especially with Jalen Miro, definitely going to be a first round pick. You got Ty Simpson probably the next up to step up, and then you got Keelan Russell coming on campus. So you kind of use a little common sense when you talk about creating value for yourself and putting things on film. 2 years of in a new system will definitely do you good for some draft stock. So I'm looking at this class, the wide receiver rooms. If we don't bring another one in, it's not that we're missing on anything. We're good. And talking with former staff members who's transitioned to the NFL now, it makes sense. It makes sense to recruit at the volume, that we're doing for certain positions. And so I'm excited about what this staff is doing. And there have been, hey, we're taking these guys. We're only taking 2 guys. We're only taking 4 guys. We want to fill our offensive line room. We want to try to secure a class, because when we transition to implement this full phase with this class, we want you all to have that continuity. And that's what this staff is building. Ryan Williams, Rico Scott, Amari Jefferson, Caleb Odom, they're like the first phase of wide receivers that this staff wants to truly be able to develop and carry through their 3 to 4 year career and create value for these guys. You talking about that 4, and then you add the 2 that have committed to this 25 class. I think Alabama is right where they need to be with that position. Same thing with the running back position. Do not be surprised if we only take one running back in this class. If we take two, there will be a push come to shove after that freshman year. I'm telling you, because our running back room is so young and full of talent. It's going to take a guy like maybe a Turbo or AK Deer. They might have to sit a full freshman year before they actually see the field. You get what I'm saying? So if guys really can't buy into that process or see that trajectory for their development, it's a hard decision, but at the same time, it's the right decision. Whatever they choose, if they feel like they need to be at a program where they can get on the field earlier, so be it. But this is a stat class for a reason, and this staff is getting guys to buy into the process, buy into the future of what this university, this program is becoming. Shout out to my producer in the back pulling up. She already knew it was gonna happen when she pulled up. Marquita is in the building, y'all. Yeah. Don't be shaking your head, girl. Looking like you all fresh off vacation. Ain't want to be back then. You ready to go back to Turk, ain't you? Ready to go back? Look, she was, man, my girl called me last week, man, and she was having a good old time, and it just felt good to see her having a good time. It motivated me to really push and grind. So when I go take my vacation at the end of the year, I'm really gonna I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna enjoy myself. I ain't took a vacation in a year. I ain't took it. Nah, it's been more than a year. It's been like 3 years, 4 years. Like a vacation, just go somewhere and sit down and relax. I ain't took one yet. So welcome back, Marquita. Shout out to you, sis. Thank you for what you do. What up, Kristen? Kristen is in the building. What's up, girl? She out here. Listen, but diving into this recruiting class, y'all, I'm gonna pull up a few B-rolls, and we're gonna talk about some of the guys that's in this class. This is one of those classes, man, I don't think you can miss right now. With the current, we have 22 commits currently, right? I think with this class, you live and you die with what you're targeting. And when you're able to convince guys that, okay, this is the best option for you, right? This is your trajectory. If you come to the University of Alabama, this is your trajectory. This is the plan we have for you. That's something that you can take to the bank when you're talking to this day and age of recruits. Talking about guys like Keelan Robinson, Ty Haywood, Daryl Johnson, Luke Metz, all quality guys at their position that any school in the nation right now would drop the bag for, right? Right? Kristen, you silly. Mabel Simmons, Mabel ain't here today. Look, I gotta be careful with my fam, y'all. I can't. Y'all is a trip. But I'm looking at this class, man. You look at it from top to bottom. We have 4 5 stars. Actually, we have 5 5 stars committed right now, and then you have I think it's 15 or it's 14 4 stars, and then you have 4 3 stars to close out this class. And 3 of those 3 stars, I know for a fact, have been trending up in Latsier Brooks, Luke Metz, and Mal Waldrop. They have been uptrending at their respective positions in state and nationwide as far as their growth and what their skill sets are presenting when they go to these competition camps, these evaluation camps. So I'm excited about what this this class is going to end up being ranked, which is, going to be the number 1 class. Even if AK Deer flip and assigning entails Turbo Rogers possibly transferring decommitting. I don't see it happening. I think this class has enough space for a talent like Turbo Rogers who can line up in multiple spots on the offensive side. And then looking at the fact that we're taking only 2 wide receivers in this class, one of those guys will be your receiving back. Okay? One of those guys will be your receiving back. Shalimar Branch said, those ain't no 3 stars. We got all 5 stars on our team. Look, hey, fan-wise, I think we have quality guys. You get what I'm saying? I know for a fact we have quality guys. Those 3 stars are 3 stars because of how the system is made. You can't give everybody 5 stars, even if they show 5-star talent. It's just how they make it. I don't know why. I feel like giving what they deserve. It shouldn't be in a certain amount of 5 stars. If they got 5-star qualifications, that's like saying, hey, my growth and my interest that I built on this investment has made me, 15% more than what I initially invested, but I don't get to touch it. I don't get to touch it because this is what the criteria says I'm supposed to be able to have. That's trash. You know what I'm saying? That's trash. But You got guys, quality guys that's committed to the University of Alabama in 2025. And we're going to dive into it, man. I'm going to start breaking these guys down. And there's a few that I really want to hit on. I know everybody gets excited about Keelan Russell. Everybody gets excited about Dijon Lee. But there's a player that I don't think we're really, understanding the quality of player that we have in this guy with his commitment. And that's going to be my youngin, Dawson Merritt. Another linebacker in this class. And if you look at how many linebackers we've taken in that class, in this class, we have a lot of athlete guys. Like, these guys could play tight end, they can play running back, strong safety. Some of them can play wide receiver. You got, true edges that can really float on the field and cover. Second phase, third phase coverage, guys. This group is deep with talent. And so let me share this screen. I'm gonna show y'all who Dawson Merritt is. Let me see. Here we go. Dawson Merritt out of Blue Valley in Stillwater, Kansas. And if y'all haven't noticed, Kansas, the top prospects in Kansas are not staying in Kansas. And there's a reason why. SEC is very attractive to a lot of these players. They don't get the same quality and caliber of talent to play against in the high school level. So when you're a number 1 or number 5 player at your position in the state of Kansas, you're looking to go and play with the Power Fives. You're looking to go to the top end Power Fives. So us pulling Dawson Merritt out of the state of Kansas is another big thing for us. You're talking about the number 3 ranked player in the state, the number 6 ranked player at his position. What does that tell you? We've been able to go into other states. Everybody keep talking about we can't lock down Alabama, where we're getting quality talent out of Alabama, top 5, top 10 guys out of the state of Alabama. But when you go in the state and you can go and take top 5, top 3 guys from other states like Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, California, right? Florida. Have we gotten our guy from Florida yet? I don't think we'll get one this class, but there's a few in the next class 26, that we'll be after, right? I think we go and get those guys. Georgia. We're securing guys out of the state of Georgia, top 10 guys out of the state of Georgia. I'm telling you right now, we are going to be in a place of just luxury when it comes to recruiting with this staff. There's no reason to doubt it. There's no reason to doubt it. So many people come at us and say Saban's gone, this, that, and the third. Well, Saban, if we be honest, Saban was not dominating recruiting the last 3 years. We got the respect because of who Saban was and what he had built. The championships and the track record was doing the recruiting for Saban towards the end of his career. We're not gonna lie. His ability to show parents that we still care about the players, that started to diminish because NIL became a factor. And at the point in time when it happened, we weren't prepared to make an abrupt turn. We contained it with Bryson and Will Anderson's class, and when the NIL first came out, we contained it. I think we handled it. Shout out to my guy, Coach Carl Taylor on the block. He said Florida having it down here 100%. But I think we contained it. But Coach Saban saw that it was going to need to be amped up a little bit. It's going to be ramped up another level in order to keep the program and the foundation that he established. It's going to take a lot more to maintain that hierarchy and that supremacy as one of the top college football teams in the nation. So yeah, shout out to Dawson Merritt. I like this kid's game. I'm gonna get into his highlights, man. And like I said, this is another rangy guy that's going to be able to just show us his athleticism. And I don't think he'll be a guy that gets on the field first year and just moves upperclassmen out the way. But I do think this young man brings a skill set that when you spot play him, you don't have to worry about him being a liability, right? You look at his speed, you look at his tracking ability, you look at his hands when he's in coverage. You get what I'm saying? Look at him playing wide receiver. This is a guy attacking the wide receiver. This is a guy that drops in coverage, is able to identify the ball in the air and drive to the ball and put a solid hit on the receiver. Look at him coming off the edge. Look at the explosion off the edge, right out of his stance. This young man, you add skill sets like his with Daryl Johnson. You add skill sets like his with Jaden Harmon, Luke Metz, in this, and I'm just talking about in this 25 class. Those 4 guys right there is a solid, crazy rotation. You put them guys on the field together, there's going to be havoc on each level, all across the field. Every phase of the game is going to have a key impact player, and this group has 3 to 4 of them right there in that linebacker room. So I'm excited to see these guys develop. I'm glad that we were able to secure this young man. Shout out to Dawson Merritt for making my highlight of this 2025 class, the unspoken riser. I'm telling you, Dawson Merritt will have, he may have a sophomore late second half sophomore year start on his impact, but from that point on, we will not see him regress. We will not see him regress. I think he will be the one when he steps on the scene, people are going to be surprised at his production, but I'm telling you, this is a young man that's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And the anatomical makeup of this linebacker group is crazy, man. All these guys 6'1" to 6'4", 215 to 220 in high school, going into their senior year, 215, 220. You might get one. I think Abdul Sanders is right there at 225, 230, one of the bigger side of the linebackers. I think this group is going to show us what the new age linebacker going. Look at the NFL. Those linebackers look like strong safeties now. Those guys that play the Sam and the Will, they look like strong safeties now. They're rangy guys. When I think about it, I think Saban retired at the right time for himself and for the school. He was still on top, and the school was still on top. All they had to do was maintain it. Not only maintaining the white, not only have they maintained it, but they've actually taken it up a notch. We have never been a number one class going into the month of August. We're sitting here in the I think July of 2016 for the 2017 class was we had a few early commits or verbal commits going into the fall. It wasn't this many. We started seeing early signing day. Closer to early signing day is when we started seeing that 17 class start to formulate, and guys just started hopping on board. And when that ended up being the number one when they secured being the number one recruiting class, we saw the immediate effect of those true freshmen. Literally won us the national championship their freshman year. Maybe didn't start the season like Ryan Williams, like everybody keeps saying Ryan Williams gonna start. No, this group of this 24 class isn't going to have the same impact as the 17 class, but they will be spot players. This 2025 class, I guarantee you, man, there will be points in the season when their freshman year, when they get garbage time or whatever, they get the reps, where it's the younger group out there, we will see spots and flashes of what they will become and how great the potential they'll be able to reach. So I'm excited about this number one recruiting class. Another guy that I want to kind of talk about, man, in this class, Michael Carroll. We've had him on the show before. Michael Carroll is one of those interior offensive linemen. You look at mentality, you look at how he plays the game, you look at the tenacity he plays with. He immediately reminds me of Tyler Booker. Even how he addresses the media and how he approaches talking to the media. Y'all remember we had him on Bama Football on YouTube. We should have him on next week when he gets back. But I love his energy. And when you talk about, you have your well-spoken guy, then you got your dirty guy on the offensive line, then you got your center that's your future center that's all about IQ and knowing this stuff and being in the books, and you got tackles that are just uber athletic. This line is going to be the next great offensive line for Alabama, barring injuries or lack of development, because they all have a high ceiling. Michael Carroll, 247 Sports still has his profile as a 4-star, but all the other major sites have him as a 5-star. So he's the fifth 5-star that everybody keeps forgetting about in this class that's committed to the University of Alabama. You look at his film, man. The young man goes and plays with a chip on his shoulder. For what reason? I don't know why you have to play with your chip on your shoulder at 6'6", 315. I don't know why. I feel like at that size, you just need to show up. You know what I'm saying? But he plays with a crazy chip on his shoulder. And I'm not mad at it. I'm just glad he's committed to University of Alabama. And they're bought in. He's one of the ones that's been publicly calling for AK Deer to go ahead and come on commit. Ebony says, y'all still Sabanized. And he said, we aren't going to make the SEC championship. Shaking my MF head, the disrespect. You know what, Ebony? I'm going to jump on that topic just because you brought it up. I got to put y'all on game. Anybody that knows Coach Saban, and this is where you being an Ohio State fan doesn't allow you to be privy to this level of chess that we're playing as Alabama Nation, right? As an Ohio State fan, is either you got it or you don't. With Alabama, you never know because we're that great, right? You just have to assume that we got it. and until we lose 3 games in the season, which hasn't been done in how many years? Somebody tell me. Come on, 16 years we haven't lost more than 2 games in the season. Okay, so when you haven't been privy to that type of culture, you're not used to being motivated with rat poison, right? Coach Saban was the creator of the phrase rat poison when it came to what the media does to get their players distracted, right? You get what I'm saying? So Coach Saban couldn't come out and say, yeah, I left a cupboard full of talent at the University of Alabama to the most winningest head coach in college football currently. He couldn't come out and say that on SEC or the whatever network the SEC Media Day was being broadcast on SEC Network, right? He couldn't come out and just flat out say that. He's an analyst. He's a quote unquote media personality now. So you know what media personalities do? I've learned this from Saban. They know how to get the people listening. And if Coach Saban is up on the podium and he says Alabama is not going to win it, you know what that does for everybody? It helps them generate content, right? But it also puts more attention on the University of Alabama, which is exactly what this locker room wants. They want people to watch them and doubt them. So if Coach Saban's saying that, I guarantee you, everybody that was on that team last year and watched Coach Saban say that, they know, he doing it again. Coach Saban know how to motivate us. Y'all got to remember, Coach Saban was the same coach that had the newspaper clippings on the papers, on the players' seats. I want to say it was the 2009 SEC championship, or 2000. Yeah, was it 2009 SEC championship when we won in 09? Right? He had the clippings on the players' seats. The year before when they had lost, guess what Coach Saban was using after the bowl game? He was using Florida film to prep for the next season. There's always some follow-up, and there's a reason why Coach Saban says things. Does he truly believe that? I don't think he truly believes that Texas or Georgia is a better team. But he will realistically approach this thing and say who has the most to overcome in order to be the best. Alabama right now just so much change. Players, all your production in the secondary gone to the draft or to the portal, right? All you guys that had snaps, meaningful snaps, minus one guy, Malachi Moore. Everybody else in that secondary, they're new to the secondary. You got a new defensive scheme on that side of the ball that traditionally it's had problems containing. How does Kane Womack dial up the pressures, and how does he adjust to calling the game in the SEC? That's a legit question. Offensively, you bring in a new system with a quarterback who struggled last year because there was just a lack of continuity. You had a struggle bus of an offensive line, well, not an offensive line, but the center. You had a true freshman left tackle who didn't start coming on to probably week 6 or week 7 of last year. You had a right guard change that once you made the change, it solidified some things. You saw spots, but now you have a new system that this quarterback has to learn. And now all of his wide receiver production, all the major production, I think it was 78% of the wide receiver production went off. They left, right? They went to the draft or they transferred. So those are legit questions. We can look on paper and say talent, but until it actually happens, there is a reason to ask questions. That's what media personalities and analysts are set to do. So if you read into Coach Nick Saban's, former Coach Saban's statement, and you think that he's doubting the Crimson Tide, you're sadly mistaken. I'm gonna tell, and I will stand on that. You are sadly mistaken. Saban would chew players out after winning by 50, but we have a tough loss, switch up and be mild mannered. They get it 100%. JB, people got to understand. You don't always have to soften people up to build them up and have them play. Sometimes people need to be mad. Sometimes people need to be disrespected, right? So if everybody else has been saying it and nobody's been listening in the locker room, I guarantee you now they listening. That Coach Saban said it. So yeah, I like it. I'm glad he said it. Antonio Russell said Saban also wouldn't say Georgia is the team to beat. He said 6 to 7 teams can beat Georgia. Like people, Antonio, and I'm glad you made that statement, because they won't even look at the fact that Coach Saban literally he picked Georgia and Texas to play in the SEC championship right after they asked him. But before that, he said Texas wasn't going to run the SEC. In order to get to the SEC championship, you got to run the SEC. Y'all got to learn how to play chess. Y'all gotta learn how to play chess. So let AAA fam, let's integrate Ebony. Let's start educating her on how we move over here. You know, Ohio State, we know y'all they usually just throw it on the wall and hope it stick, right? They throw it on the wall and hope it stick, right? But we gotta remember, this is Alabama. This is Alabama, Ebony. We don't have to sneak in by classes. We go through the process. We trust it. We trust it. You gotta learn to trust the process. Coach Saban built that process. He started that process. Got to read the lines and between the lines. And that's what I'm saying, Moon Rocker. Read between the lines. Some things are being said so he can have your attention. There's a reason why he wants all eyes on Alabama. So when y'all see it happening, when they see it happening, week 1, when they see the execution, now guess what the narrative is? Oh, that's just West Kentucky. But then when it goes to Wisconsin and Georgia, USF, then Wisconsin and Georgia, and they see that nothing's changing, it's only getting better, it's getting a lot more fluent, it's getting a lot more easier to operate. I'm telling you, circle week 4, the game 4, week 5 of the season. When we play Georgia, watch how much media attention is pushed into that game, and watch how Saban approaches that game. Watch how unbiased he is on the SEC network, whether it's SEC network or College Game Day. I'm pretty sure he'll be on College Game Day, probably make a walk down the street, make a guest appearance at SEC Network, you know. But watch how unbiased that show is, and watch what he does when it's time to pick. I guarantee you he picks Alabama. The only team I think Coach Saban will take a chance and pick against Alabama with is when we go to Death Valley, because I feel like LSU might be secretly putting something together, and by the time they see us, maybe with one loss, they would have been developed by that time into something special. Not necessarily something special, but something to pay attention to. Carla Bailey says, oh, go back. I'm sorry. I seen it up there. Everything Saban does and says is intentional, and the veteran players understand the intention of his comments. Not only that, I believe this, Carla. The veteran players, Jalen Murrow, Tyler Booker, Jaden Roberts, not Dylan Moses, but Deontay Lawson, you know, Malachi Moore, Devontae Smith. I guarantee you, they're sharing and say, man, y'all see they pick. Y'all seen Coach said what Coach said. What we gonna do about it? You know what we gonna do about it? We gonna prove him wrong. I can see that. I wouldn't be shocked if Saban picked UGA. Me neither. I would hope. You know what? To me, that would be more Saban like than for him to pick Alabama. It wouldn't even be right for Saban to pick Alabama, right? It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right for him to pick Alabama. The media, you know what that does to his media personality credential or his validity as a media personality to go into that game and just blindly pick Alabama. Now, if it comes to the game, I don't believe Saban is going to say nothing far-fetched or crazy. You got to look at the rosters. Georgia and Texas have two of the most experienced rosters in the SEC right now. They have systems that's been in place for multiple years, right? Mary J said, I'd rather be where we are going into the season than number one with everyone on our back. They're always on our backs anyways because we're the best team and will always be champions. Reverse motivation. Yes, exactly. Reverse motivation, reverse psychology, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say about it. That's exactly what Coach Saban is doing. And we all know what the pressures of being number one looks like. You can't even, how many years for the past 5-6 years, y'all? How many of those years when we were preseason number 3, and as soon as we got number 1 ranking, we saw the whole vibe of the team just changed. Like players just played so uptight, especially that 2021 season. Y'all remember 21? Was that 21 when we went to Texas and barely won, right? We went to Texas and barely won in 21. And then they came, no, was that 22? Y'all let me know. I'm lost. Was it 21 or 22 when we went to Texas and barely won? Y'all let me know, AAA. Well, the thing is, when you look at us being that number 1 seed, it puts a different type of pressure on your team. Not everybody's built for that. This staff may not be built for that, as experienced as they are. I think we are set up in perfect position. Let us be preseason number 5. You know what that means? We're going to have to win all 4 games in order to move past that. In the first, y'all know how this thing starts. These top teams, they usually go 3-4-0. You might have one upset. I'm telling you guys, this is exactly where we need to be. Yes, media on camera with fire has to stay unbiased. Remember that we know CNS still bleeds crimson. Facts. Yeah, Coach Nick said, hey, you know what's crazy? I saw CNS on something. I was like, I was like, oh snap, they giving some love. But then I had to think about Coach Nick Saban. I was like CSN and CNS. But yeah, Ebony said Bama versus Buckeye 2025. You know what, Ebony? I feel sorry for Ohio State fans because y'all are gonna go 12-0, 11-1 in the regular season, and when the playoffs kick off, it's gonna be a different beast. And I hope y'all have y'all quarterback Will Rogers. I hope he's figured it out by then. I hope he's not turnover prone because I would love to see an Ohio State Alabama matchup this year. Ryan Day buying that class. I would love to be the coach that spoils it for him and puts him really on the hot seat. Does Ryan Day get fired after this year if they don't win a national championship after spending $18 million on the class? On transfer and recruits? I don't know. You would expect it. I mean, he's had talent. Why hasn't he won it yet? When was the last Ohio State national championship? 2015? We almost 10 years removed from that, y'all. Dwight, you think Oregon gonna beat Ohio State? That's the only game that I see them having some type of competition. Let me drink some water, y'all. Good. Yes, sir. Man, I ain't see. Look, Auntie Janet ain't been in here a minute. I ain't had to do that in a minute, but that was good. That was some good water. But y'all, so just rounding out topics, kind of just ranting there. I think Alabama is in the best position. You talking about the recruiting class. You look at how the season lined up. We're going to dive into the depth chart talk. Let's open the phone lines. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. I want to thank my AAA family for supporting, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines after the commercial, and we're gonna talk, man. Give me some thoughts on where we're standing, the outlook of what Alabama what's being said about Alabama. Let's react to Coach Saban's comments. And Marquita, if possible, can we get a transcript of what was said in Coach Saban's statements? Whether you can copy and paste it in the private chat or something, I don't know, but kind of to reference it verbatim what was said. And when you call in, guys, make sure you announce who you are and ask to be put in the game. Well, don't ask, just tell me to put you in the game. All right. So with that being said, y'all enjoy this infomercial, man. I just want to thank all my AAA family. Y'all know what it is. Y'all seen it before. I ain't gonna act like y'all don't know what it is. Love y'all. Check it out. Welcome. First of all, I just want to say thank you for joining the AAA family. By doing so, you have committed to supporting this channel monetarily, and for that, I could not thank you enough. I'm glad that you saw fit to contribute to the growth of this network, and because of that, you will have access to all the behind-the-scenes content that we're going to be placing on this channel, backstage access to all the vlogs, VODs. We got all types of content. You will have early access to it. Also, any event that you see come out with outside with Coach Smook or anything sponsored or partnered with Coach Smook, will be preferred. And we will all make sure that we're all taken care of. This community is going to continue to grow. Don't miss out on any opportunities to network. We have other content creators. We have business owners. We got entrepreneurs. This is Coach Smook Network because we believe in networking. We want to uplift the community. So thank you for contributing to helping that mission, seeing that goal. And that's really what we're here for, right? We're here to uplift and continue to grow. So thank you for all your contributions and welcome to the family. AAA SOS. Yeah, thank y'all for supporting, man. All my AAA family, all my members. Marquita, roll some of these members through here today. Shout out to my mama in here. Appreciate you, mama, showing love today. MJ Thompson in the building. 2025 class is looking lovely. Once ink is put to paper, this class will be incredibly phenomenal. Shout out to Dwight. He says, Piano Man, I don't know what QB do Ohio State have to lead that with. I don't know, man. I don't know. And Piano Man, me and Piano Man talked about this before today. Ohio State is on paper. They look great. Like, I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to hate. You look at the names and the talent on that roster. You got a wide receiver, a young wide receiver. I saw some people saying that young man was overrated. There is nothing overrated about Jeremiah Smith, y'all. Is it Jeremiah Smith, right? Jeremiah Smith. There's nothing overrated about that young man. That the best wide receiver in this class, easily. I mean, and that's saying a lot. And I only say that because he was originally 24, right? If I'm not mistaken. Ryan Williams reclassing to 24, put those two right there neck and neck as far as the best wide receivers. So 1A, 1B, I'm going with those two guys. But you know I'm riding with my boy Ryan any day. If I had to put somebody in the game to go and get it, I'm putting Ryan in the game. I'm not a Dave fan. I'm an OSU fan before him, after him. Just say how y'all feel. But I've never heard Urban talk down on the Buckeyes on TV, period. Sorry, y'all. I'm not Sabanized. I'm Team DeBoer. Girl, you know what else you ain't never seen Urban do? You ain't. Let me stop. Let me leave that alone. And you know what? Urban Meyer quit on Ohio State. So I wouldn't expect him to say anything truthful about Ohio State. You get what I'm saying? He very rarely commented on anything about Ohio State. You have to beg him to come and speak on Ohio State. So yeah, Urban Meyer, you know, his glory days with Florida. He lucked up with Ohio State. Congrats to Urban Meyer. But I'm telling you, and Coach Saban didn't talk down on it. I want to ask a question in the chat before we open the phone lines. Do you think Coach Saban's statements was downing this 2025 team? I mean, this 24-25 team. Or what do you think it was? What do you think it was? Do you think that he was taking a shot at his boys, saying he don't believe in him, his former team, because he's not there? And it's not being Sabanized. All the great coaches know how to motivate. Saban been playing chess with college football for the past 17 years. If you've been watching college football, that's why you call us being Sabanized, because you've been Sabanized. You've been Sabanized. All of college football has been Sabanized. Alabama has ruled college football for 15, 16 years. Alabama has. So, of course, you've been Sabanized. We've all been Sabanized. This man has literally had his hand, had control over college football for the past 15, 16 years. So don't just talk about we Sabanized. Oh, yeah, Tim got, we know. Trying to get Ebony to convert fully. She need to convert her life. She need to let that Ohio State stuff go. Ohio State is about to be in the dumpster. Ohio State is the next Florida. Ohio State is the next Florida, especially when they bring some more teams in. I think they talking about bringing more teams in 27. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You ain't gotta watch your mouth say what you gotta say. In order to be truly delivered, you have to let it all out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta allow us to see it. So for your deliverance, y'all, and we're gonna have Piano Man come in and take her through deliverance, y'all, before the segment is over. We're gonna have Piano Man. Anybody else that's claiming that we just Sabanized and all this, like, y'all gotta understand, Coach Saban is definitely doing big things with this. So with that being said, y'all, let me open the phone lines. Phone line is open, 334-625-1121. The line is open, 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, put me in the game, Coach. Let me get you in this thing so we can talk about Alabama 2025 recruiting class, Coach Saban statements, this roster. I have a graphic that of the projected depth chart. We can go into our second segment today in our second hour. We're going to be going into the depth chart, breaking down, and then we'll have our fourth quarter call-in segment. So if you call in once, you are definitely allowed to call in again during the fourth quarter call-in segment. That's just shorter time. You rant, speak on it, and then we go. We got our first caller of the day, 256.
Call from
Greg, put me in the game, Coach.
Yo, Greg, you in the game, my boy. What's up, man? Roll Tide this morning.
Oh, good morning, man. I'm ready to go. Let's stir it up.
Oh, you already know, man. Greg, we got some statements made from Coach Saban SEC Media Day. First day, Coach Saban gets out and he starts some buzz. As expected from us knowing fans, right? Us knowing who Coach Saban is and what he does. Reactions and what you think, man.
It was all intentional. I think I put it in the chat a while ago that I watched it. It's true. Secondary, he's talking about the secondary mostly. And Ryan Williams, boom, he put a tweet out. It wasn't long after that. Like, hey, we got to, he retweeted it, put it out there so that group will, not only them, but everybody else, we got to go to work. And I also seen where Saban said that, once they get some confidence, maybe the first 2 or 3 games in the new systems and stuff, that they will probably just keep getting better and better as the year goes on. And I truly believe that because, new coaches, new everything. I don't care what anybody says. And we know we're bammers and all that good stuff. But, it does take a little adjustment. And once you got live bullets going, and I think they will just by the time we get to Georgia, we'll be fine.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. And not only that, man, I think Saban does that because now with him speaking against Alabama, what fire does the rest of the nine, and I ain't gonna call them uneducated. What fire do they have now? They basically.
Oh,
You saw what Robert Griffin did. You saw what Robert Griffin did.
yeah. Let's remember, people. Saban's still on the payroll. Still on the payroll. Make
Mm-hmm.
$500,000 a year. He still can stir that pot a little bit for the players. And it's just like, you want to please your ex-coach. You always want them when they leave that, hey, we're still doing good. And of course they want to make the new coach look good too. So that's, but I want to get on this Ohio State thing. It's really, I'm pissed.
Come on, so, Greg, hold on.
I'm ready. They're so delusional.
Go.
Ryan Day is like that kid in school. Remember when you're in high school? That one kid in the class that wants to be cool, but he never is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He tries so hard to be cool, and all the cool kids just look at him like, "You're not cool, and you never will be. You're just not." He tries so hard. They're trying to buy players, stealing players, and he's just not. He's just not that good. Now he may go undefeated. They got a loaded roster, but there's one coach in America that could blow that, and it's him. I want to see how all these people mesh in the locker room with all the money they're making. It's a silent killer on a teams that you got people making more money than others. I don't care what anybody says. It's the truth. It happens in the NFL as well. And we're mini NFL.
And what makes fans believe that buying a class is the way to go now? Like it's never worked in history. Look at the super teams that's been put together.
That's right.
You got it. The only time you might see it work is maybe on a professional level, and it has to be like the best players, not just names. The best players.
That's right.
Like when you saw the Golden State Warriors.
It's a LeBron move, and I'm sorry for all the LeBron people who love LeBron, but I'm a Michael Jordan guy. But it's LeBron move. He wants to try to get everybody to play with, and come on, bro. But it's what it is. Ohio State's going on. I can't understand. I hate it. For their, they got a center that's going to have bad snaps unless something changes. If it changes, I hope we all find out what it was that we couldn't do. So, their quarterback, I'm sorry, they got great receivers. They got great everything. But I'm sorry, people, if you got a quarterback that's not a good passer, consistent, it's going to be 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10. He's not going to make that pass. You're going to be punting. You're going to be punting. And you're going to be throw a pick, and people are going to get frustrated. They'll start changing quarterbacks. I see that happening. So they're just nuts. Literally, they're the Buckeyes. They're nuts. They're just a stupid fan base that just don't get it. And I'm so glad that Oregon is in the Big Ten, which has 18 teams. Which that's a whole nother story. But they're going to go in there, and finally, Michigan, Ohio State's going to have another team that can give them a fight. Oregon's going to be good, and they're recruiting well. Lenning's a stud. I think Oregon's going to beat Ohio State, maybe play them in the championship again, in the Big Ten championship. I think Michigan will probably take a step back a little bit, but I think I do think Ohio State, man. I've never seen a team. I don't care even if it's baseball. They have unlimited payroll. Teams that get bought very, very rarely ever win. They just
too many egos, man. It's too many egos.
Yeah.
So much distraction.
So stupid.
You have more to manage. More money, more management, right?
Exactly. I wanted to make a point yesterday, and I forgot. College football 20, the new EA Sports is out. So they had this little game with Tim Tebow versus Michael Vick. You know which team Michael Vick took? Tebow took Florida. Everybody thought he was going to take Virginia Tech. He took Bama because he wanted to be Jalen
Milroe. Yep.
And he beat Tebow. So I just thought that was cool. That the best running and throwing quarterback of all time wanted to be Jalen Milrow. That's just something to put out there for everybody.
And so I want to say this, Greg. Looking at Ohio State's roster, I mean, I'm looking at the quarterbacks right now. You got graduate transfer Will Howard. You got redshirt sophomore when the linebacker running back number 33. I don't. That's a. You know what? First of all, when you're a quarterback and you wear numbers like that, it's kind of hard for me to respect you as a quarterback.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? 33. Who does it? And I understand you. You know, there it might be sentimental, right? It might be sentimental. So we're not going to discredit that. But you know, they have like wristbands and arm sleeves and headbands and all this other stuff that you could do to why are you gonna go out there and that's just a topic for another conversation. But Julian saying definitely not believing in what I mean, his development, he has so much development to show. When I started comparing him to the likes of quarterbacks in the quarterback room that we had at Alabama, I thought he was still a year out. Minimum.
I agree.
Under Saban, you know, regardless of what system we was in, he was still a year out. I started evaluating the teams that he would play against at the high school level. Not coming from a competitive area in Cali, right? Not coming out from anywhere where is dominant talent. He's not a modern day kid. He's not a what they call the Trinity League. He's not one of those quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brittany B for being a member for 2 months, and Piano Man. I saw yours too, but. I'm looking at the quarterbacks, and I don't see where they're going to be a threat. But what I do see is that running back room is what to possibly save this Ohio State team and their offense as far as being able to grow and mature and develop throughout the season as they find out which quarterback is going to service and give them the most production. You look at Travion Henderson, him coming back last year, this year is huge. You know, I think he ended up having an injury late last year. So him coming back is definitely big for his draft stock. You got Quinshawn Judkins. This guy's going to be going from Ole Miss transfer. He's going to be going after this season. So you got two backs that can possibly go first and second round. And I mean, it's just a lot of talent. And then I forgot in the quarterback room, you also got Aaron Nolan. There was a lot of hype about Ohio State signing this young man. Didn't hear nothing about I don't think he showed up for spring. So I'm excited to see what their season turns out to be. I think they're way overhyped. The record and the results of the early season games will not show it. But if they struggle with anybody before Oregon, Ohio State is in trouble. I don't care what you say.
I agree. Yeah, they got besides Oregon, they got an easy schedule pretty much compared to everybody in the SEC. They got Oregon and was it the 7th game of the year? Yeah, Michigan at the end. Michigan. I don't know. They might be okay, but everybody's already handing them the championship, and that's great because they believe their own press, and it's something that Nick Saban would never allow. And Ryan Day don't have that in him. He just don't. He's very overrated, I think.
Man,
that championship game when we played them. They never made a counter move in that game on defense. It was hilarious to watch how open everybody was. They were playing. They wasn't even hardly playing nickel or dime. They were playing this slow white linebacker trying to keep up,
man.
And everybody, and they were just trashing him. It was just hilarious.
But even their corner, that they refused to not shout. They kept making them shout our Heisman winning wide receiver like. Your worst corner, draft coverage grades, he was the worst of the DBs on the roster. And that's the guy you have shadowing Devontae Smith. Smitty had 200 yards in the first half. Before he got
hurt in the first play. First play of the second half, he probably had 25 catches, 500 yards.
Exactly. Averaging like 16 yards a catch. I was like that.
Ryan Day is just not. He's just not.
You know what my problem is with Ryan Day? I think he could have been a realistic person stepping into that Ohio State job, knowing what that transition was looking like. And I think he could have brought in a better staff but he was trying to secure that bag with his first major head coaching job, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
This is the major one. Not, USC was good. USC was good. But wait, Ryan Day was at USC, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or was it Oklahoma?
I can't remember where he's from. I can't remember where he came from.
It don't matter. I've never.
He just never impressed me.
What has he done? What has he done but get the media hype and fail in all the big games? Michigan has a 3-year streak on these boys right now.
Yeah. Yep.
And
he's only been the head coach, 4 years?
Right. And think about this too, Greg. Everybody keeps thinking Michigan is going to lose a lot. Michigan only lost a few players to the transfer portal.
Yeah, they're going to be good. I hope they beat them.
Yeah, and they're going to have an offensive system that Sherrod Moore. You look at the production from that offense last year. It was when Sherrod Moore was the head coach, and he was strictly, involved in play calling. We all know Harbaugh had his hands in play calling when he was on the sideline.
If they choke this year, it'll be like the thing not to do is go out and buy that many players. It's like, hey, just look at Ohio State. It didn't work out for them.
I would love for that to happen so college football can start getting back to some sense of normalcy and getting more parameters around NIL and eliminating pay for play.
I did like another thing that Saban said, and he didn't make no bones about it. He said, pretty much quoted, said, I get tickled every time I hear that Texas, every conference they're in, they rule. He said, we're not going to rule the SEC. It's so true.
100%.
So true.
100%, man.
They haven't done any more than Auburn's done in the last 30 or 40 years, to be honest with you.
Ooh, you about to ruffle some feathers.
No, they haven't. They haven't.
We got to clip that.
They won it, 2003 or whatever it was. He scrambled to beat USC. What have they done before that? Auburn won it in 2010 with Scam, that whole Scam year. What else? Texas couldn't even win the Big 12, people. They couldn't even win the Big 12.
Was last year their first time winning the conference in how many years?
In years.
I don't know what the fan base is thinking, bro.
2009 when we beat them. That's probably the last time they won. We had to barely beat Nebraska.
I just don't get it, Greg. I don't get it where they get that.
They're more of a delusional fan base than Ohio State or Auburn. They really are. They are a joke.
Yeah, you right though. Nick Saban said I think they've got question marks in the secondary, especially at corner. I think depth will be the biggest question if Alabama can stay healthy. That's facts. True. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, that's not even trying to motivate it. That's making an educated.
If you watch the video, if I watched it, he didn't really even want to make a pick. He's very uncomfortable doing that anyway.
Yeah.
He took the safe pick, what everybody's picking, except Greg McElroy picked, I think, Bama Ole Miss. Greg McElroy, who never wants to be a homer, ever, actually did something. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Greg McElroy?
I don't like when Greg pick us. Shout out to Preston and Zipporah Gamble in the chat.
Does.
Shout out to my sister and brother Preston in the chat, man, over there on Facebook. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. We got some viewers on Facebook today, Marquita. I'm glad that we starting to get that algo over there. But yeah, appreciate everybody for pulling up. But Greg, I want you to comment on something else. Not just what the Coach Saban said, but you talked about Ryan Williams and his tweet immediately after Coach Saban said it. If you're that teammate that heard that, and first of all, what do you think that type of reaction is gonna render for not just the current players on the roster, but for the coaching staff?
Oh, definitely, absolutely, man. It's gonna motivate everybody. When the GOAT does that, and it's purposely. It's everybody else thinks, oh, well, yeah, we know what it is. We know exactly what it is. It's like what he does in a press conference when he was the coach of the team. He might say something that gets everybody's attention. We all know that.
What if I gave you this hot take? What if I gave you this thought process to consider? What if this was a direct line or direct request from the current staff to say, now that Coach Saban has said it, now we have our job to keep them motivated is more than halfway complete. Like the GOAT that just left, that had so much confidence in these guys carrying over, said that they couldn't win it all.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, thank you, coach. Thank you. I don't have to say that much. You know, a lot of times you need another voice in the room anyway. You know, you can tell people, especially when you coach, and I know you've coached, when you keep saying the same thing over and over and over again, they get kind of almost numb to it. When somebody else comes to say, like, oh, okay, yeah. So, you know, I think everybody's not going to be resting on their laurels. I think every coach wants to. You know, they want to do good because it's their first year, but like, you still want to impress the GOAT. Nobody else has that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you do want to say like, hey, we're carrying the torch. We're good. We got it. Where everybody else don't have a GOAT at their school, still hanging around, got an office in their football stadium, getting paid $500,000 a year.
Tell them.
So, you know, we're the standard. We have the advantages, but we've earned them. And here's the other thing too: we were good in the 20s and the 30s. We're the first team from the South to go to the Rose Bowl and win. We ruled the 60s. We won 3 national championships in the 60s. We won 3 national championships in the 70s. Most wins in the 70s. 80s was we were okay. We had some good teams, but not great. 90s we won it there, and then in the 20s, 2008 and up, we dominated. At one time, we'd won, 3 out of 4 national championships, which is unheard of. 4 out of 7 at one time. So I'm like, you know, people can just keep bending the knee. That's all I can say.
That's
keep
it.
Bending that knee.
Bow.
Get the ring.
Bow down. Bow down. Greg, last statement before I let you off the line, man. As always, you going to provide the sound bites. I got a video posting after the live today, man. Y'all definitely want to tune into it. I got a nice, I think it's like 4 or 5 minute video. Got you, Zach, and Piano Man clipped on it. It's an entertaining one. So yeah, man, let the people know what you got to say, man. Let me get my finger on the B button. That's how you clip on StreamYard. You hit the B button. So I have to have my finger on the B button when some of y'all get on the phone. So go ahead, Greg. Let the people know what's up, man.
We just can't help it. We just can't help it. Well, yesterday, you know, I got my fix. I got my fix in again because you're my Bama drug dealer.
All right.
And that's in a good way. It's in a good way. People don't go stress it out saying that we promoting drugs out here. We're not fentanyl kings. You know, they have that problem in Texas, a real problem, or these other schools. Okay? We don't have that problem. It's a good thing, man. I got to get my hit because it's good content. It's good discussion. The chat room's on fire. We got great fans. And all you people that wanted to leave, go suck it. I don't care. If you don't like good content and you can't handle it, go ahead and leave. Go to you know who. Go to him. Go to him. He ain't got nothing going on. He ain't got nothing going on. He's a copycat. He's like the copycat killer. He's a copycat YouTube guy. Everything we do over here, Coach Smook does. He comes back and copies that. You know, I'm just like, whatever, dude. You can't even do your own thing. Your real creator left your channel. The guy that come up with good ideas left your channel. So come up with your own shit. I'm sorry. But anyway, I think the recruiting's going well. We got a good staff. I just can't wait till the season kicks off. So I've got my hit. I'm good. I'm going to sit back and chill, listen to Piano Man. I got Zach coming in. Maybe he'll get us a good song going, get a good vibe going. The beats are always good.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love the channel. So everybody else can just suck it. So I care if you don't like it.
I'm loving it.
Peace out.
All right, Greg, roll tide, man. I'm going to hang up on Greg, y'all. Greg said he chose violence today, y'all. Greg woke up and chose violence for the Coach Smook Network and the AAA fam. I can rock with it, man. I can rock with it. Oh, man, that's one by itself. Give me some fire in the chat if that's a clip by itself, y'all. I can't. Oh, man. He said, y'all can suck it. He said, go. If you don't like it, go help yourself. Go yourself and take your. I love it, man. Oh, man, I love it. Hey, Tony K, what's up, bro? Hey, my boy Tony K in the chat, man. That's my best friend, man. I wish I was on storytelling mode. He'd be in that chat laughing, too. We got another caller on the line, man. 205. Y'all know who it is.
Zachary, put me in the game, coach.
To accept, press.
Yo, Zach, how you feeling this morning, my guy?
I'm feeling good. Coach.
Did you hear Greg?
Greg had me going.
I said, "Oh man, I don't know who I want to follow. I don't know if I can handle Piano Man following up Davin. So I'm glad you made it in, Zach. You can wait. I don't know, Zach. You went in yesterday too. I don't know, man. Y'all been acting up this month of July. What is it? Is it the month of July that got? Is it because we're that close but still far away from the season? Y'all kind of your nerves getting the best of you.
No, it was that week-long absence, man. That week-long absence.
Look, they out here fiending, y'all. They out here fiending for the AAA community, the content, man. That's what's up, man. And don't forget, this is the Alabama content trap, y'all. This is the content, Alabama content trap, ACT. This is what we do. We bring you all the content, man, over here for Alabama, not just Alabama football, Alabama everything, Alabama sports. That's what we bring you. And this is the content trap for us. So you need your fix. We gonna serve you. You know what I'm saying? We the plug. We got you. But Zach, how you feeling today, man?
I'm doing good, Coach Smook. Can't complain.
Yeah. What's up? Big Papa the Real in the chat.
I got a question real quick. When you was waving the flag, what was that you was waving? Because it looked like toilet paper for a second. I was like, hold up.
So this my little head wrap, Zach. Like we got these little turbans, you know. I got my locks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to take it off before the show, and I don't have a white flag, so that was the first piece of cloth I could grab. And I don't think most of y'all, when y'all call in, you have it up on the screen, right? You have it up on the screen. You turn the volume down. I was hoping Greg was watching. So it, like with the 8-second delay, he could look at the screen and see me waving the white flag. My boy Greg went in, man. And I don't regret it. I love it, man. Always bringing the extra to this content, man. Y'all make it easy. Sometimes I get off of this show and I listen to the phone call segment. And I literally fast forward through with my talking and just to hear the phone calls because y'all say some great stuff. But Zach, weigh in on the Coach Saban statements, everything that's been transpiring over the past, about 20, it ain't been full 24 hours, but yesterday, SEC Media Day provided some content, man. So what do you think about Coach Saban statements and just give your whole feels on it, man?
I believe, like you and Greg do, it was just to motivate the players, to give them that extra bit of motivation to go out there and be hungry,
Mm-hmm.
and to motivate them to work hard in practice and to bring it this season,
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, and I mean, he don't feel that way because he still bleeds crimson and red. Alabama will always have that special place in his heart, because Alabama's where, he retired from. It'll be that one place that he can look back on and always have fond memories of, when he's on his, when he's old and gray and can't do it anymore, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
can't
get you.
work anymore.
I get you. So I'm gonna say like this, Zach. I'm gonna ask you this: when you look at how the effect of Coach Saban retiring, transitioning to his new position, the effect that Coach Kalen DeBoer, the effect, the results that Coach Kalen DeBoer has been able to produce, since Coach Saban's retirement and him taking the head coaching job, what type of approach? What are you expecting from Coach Kalen DeBoer tomorrow, at SEC Media Day when he approaches the podium? What's the demeanor? What message do you think he's going to try to portray? Do you think what's your feels around it?
Honestly, my opinion, I hope he shows confidence and doesn't feel overwhelmed by the whole situation, because you got to think about it. This is his first SEC Media Day, big pressure, because the spotlight's a lot bigger in the Big Ten and in the SEC than it is in the Pac-12, and so it's gonna, it's gonna be an adjustment period for him, but I think he's gonna handle it just fine because, he basically asked Greg Burns for the job with the statement that saying that he thinks he can take over, or fill Nick Saban's shoes, fill the shoes that Nick Saban has left. So, I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, to make when you haven't coached at a high. Hold on, my autism's messing with me, and my words are getting twisted.
You good, man? I know what you're trying to say. There's a different level. There's a different demand when you're coaching at the University of Alabama. Simple as that. You can coach at Oregon. You can coach at Washington. You can even coach at Oklahoma. You can coach at USC. You can coach at Indiana. All of these are respectable Power 5 schools, right? But when you come to Alabama, following the greatest coach of all time, if you're going to ask all 132 Power 5 or FBS coaches right now, head coaches right now, and ask who's the greatest college football coach of all time, I am willing to bet 125 of the 132, and I think there's 132, would say Coach Saban.
133, but you're just one off.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Zach, you get what I'm saying? Like that's how much in high regard that Coach Saban is held. You know what I'm saying? That's where he's held at amongst his peers, not just fans or players, but his peers. Even while actively coaching, there's been an approach to how you have to play Coach Saban and how you have to approach his teams because of the mentality that he's been able to instill and the consistency he's been able to show over his 17-year span as the head football coach of Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not only is he taking over the greatest, or taking over for the greatest head coach in college football history, he's taking over the greatest dynasty in college football history.
Yep.
And so nobody has done what Nick Saban has done. Yes, there's coaches with more wins and all that, but to be able to accomplish what Nick Saban has accomplished in less years than what most coaches done, at a program, says a lot about how great of a coach Nick really was.
Facts. Zach, I got a quick question. It's off topic.
Yes.
I feel like you got me on speakerphone and you was just putting a t-shirt on, wasn't you?
Yeah.
My ears, see. I should be a crime scene investigator. Anybody else in the chat heard Zach putting his t-shirt on? Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. We got you, Zach. Don't look. Zach ain't here getting ready for work, getting ready for his day, and on the phone. That's why I love to hear, man. That's why I love to see, man. That's dedication right there, Zach. And fluently spitting that knowledge.
Actually, I don't work, but because of my autism holds me back from that. Because
you know what I mean by work. You look, Zach. You take care of dogs. You support your family. That's all work, man. We ain't got it. Look, and what we told you about that label that don't hold us back. You get what I'm saying? You here? We Coach Smook Network. We AAA family. That don't hold us back.
Right.
Another question though, Zach. Before we get off topic, because that's what me and you do. We end up having brother talk in the middle of the show. We can't do that today because Greg popped it off with some fire. Zach, what do you saw the conversation about Ohio State and what they got to say? We got our sister Ebony. We trying to get her to convert all the way and just leave those bucknut ways alone, right? What's your take? What's your take on Ohio State? And I mean, because they're the next hot thing. The fact that they thought they were going to be able to keep us from being the number one recruiting class, that's already been debunked. They say losing Caleb Downs would be the biggest mistake of our life. We still have yet to see how that has transpired. One player don't make no team. Right. Never seen that. in the game of football. Anytime you've had one player on the team, that team usually doesn't have success. We saw it with Bryce Young and with our own squad. Not saying that he was the only player on the team, but they made it about Bryce Young, and it didn't work for us 2 years in a row. Bryce Young didn't win a national championship. The greatest quarterback in Alabama football history, arguably, didn't win a national championship. So what you got to say about Ryan Day buying this class and expecting, and these their fan base expecting to just dominate college football?
I have a song. I have a song for it, Coach Smook.
Everybody buck your seatbelts. Hold on, Zach. I got to put my seatbelt on. You ready? I'm ready. Buckle up, chat. Buckle up, Triple A. I'm putting 2 straps on today. Zach. Come on. You got a song for it.
This is for the Ohio State fans. To Ohio State, your coach is mediocre. He's gonna get fired because he can't win a championship. He's 0-3 against Michigan in the last 3 years. He can't win the big one. He's sucky and you know it, and he will never win because he ain't got the balls.
Zach,
your team to the win.
So I'm gonna say this, Zach. I heard the tone at the beginning, and I was like, "This can't be it." But then when you did the win part, okay, I get you. I like that, Zach. We gonna revise that one. I need where my beat makers in the chat. We need beats. We're gonna start putting up beats, and I'm gonna start letting Zach freestyle. I don't think y'all freestyle Friday. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Don't let me forget it either. Freestyle Friday. You call in. You better call in with some bars. Y'all already know. Piano Man gonna call in with some freestyle bars. Zach gonna come in with some freestyle bars. I want Davin with some bars. I want Cole, you in the chat. Cole, you better call in with some bars Friday. If y'all didn't know, Cole can rap, y'all. Nicole can rap. I'm just letting y'all know. You might get Marquita on the 1s and 2s and get her on the mic and let her rap or drop out a hot 8. You got a hot 8, Marquita? Come on. One of them. Hey, Zach, what if we can get Cindy to drop a hot 8 live? Or Trina. Man.
I would love that.
But final statements, Zach. Final statements about this Alabama football. You know, Coach Saban's statements have really ruffled the feathers. If I had to do like an assessment based off the reactions yesterday on Twitter, Facebook, there's a lot of Facebook groups that I'm in on Facebook, Bama Facebook fan groups. There was a lot of ruffled feathers about Coach Saban's statements. And then but I will say this. That was, to me, if I had to put a percentage on the fan base that I've encountered, out of let's just keep it a rough number, 100 fans that I encountered yesterday or saw statements, I would say maybe like only 30% of the fans were really mad about what Coach Saban said. And then majority of the fan base was like me and you. I feel like this was used to motivate. So if you had to, say something to the fan base to kind of reassure them what the intention was, what would you say?
Yeah, of course. Him and Kalen DeBoer had a conversation. Kalen DeBoer told Nick to say something to help motivate his players because all the number one recruiting class and all of this that was going on was starting to get to their head a bit, and they needed to be brought back down to reality. And so Nick said what he said to kind of spark that fire back into them to compete and work hard and to not let success give them a big head.
Right there with you, Zach. So last thing you want to say to the people before we let you go. That boy bust out the freestyle in the middle of his car. That was different, Zach. I like that. I ain't even gonna count.
Yeah. Road Tide AAA family, love you guys, and I'll see y'all in September.
100%, Zach. Roll Tide, my boy, and we'll catch up with you later, man.
All right, bye.
Yes, sir. Y'all, Zach has been on one I want to say probably like the last 3 or 4 phone calls. And it feels good to hear Zach back. You get what I'm saying? Like, it feels good. You know, that one day he came on, it was dealing with some things, and we talked through it on stream. You know, that's what we do here at AAA Family. We care about each other for real. This is a family, and we talked through it on stream. And ever since then, he's came back with the heat. So appreciate Zach for calling in, y'all. This is probably the most interactive chat we've had in probably like a good 2 weeks. You know, last week we didn't get to go crazy. We was out doing the production for the Under the Radar Recruit series, and coming back yesterday, it got started early, and y'all have carried over that momentum to today. I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you all for tuning in. Now, take a second, all 67 of you here on YouTube, take a second and share it. All 116 of you on Twitter, take a second to retweet or repost it, quote this live stream, and tell everybody to tune in to the Coach Smook Morning Call-In Show. Call in. The number is available. Call in 334-625-1121. Go ahead and call in. Let us know your name and say, put me in the game, Coach. We'll get you in the game, and we'll dialogue on what Coach Saban said. And then after this next call, we'll dive into the final segment of today's show. We'll dive into it, and we will talk about the Alabama projected depth chart, and not so much in detail, just to get kind of reactions off of what this website, Owlad, shout out to owlads.com. They usually provide very accurate depth charts, but we're going to pull it up on the screen and we're going to dive into it and see what everybody feels is behind this recruiting class. I think this is going to be one, not recruiting class, but this depth chart. I think this is going to be fairly accurate. Maybe 1 or 2 spots on the offensive side, and maybe 1 on the defensive side that I don't agree with, but we'll dive into it. 71 watching, 68 likes, 3 Rubbernecks. Antoine be going down. Hey, Antoine, you know what? We're going to hit up Coach Sean, right? We're going to hit up Coach Sean, and we're going to have a T-shirt made. We got to find a logo for the Rubberneckers. We got to find today's Rubbernecker. And we're going to have, hey, don't rubberneck. Just hit that like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have some type of saying that we're going to come up with. But that word right there, that get people going, man. That get people going. That get people going, man. Oh, man. Antoine said, no slack. Kimberly said, just busy working at Antoine and Dwight. Oh, what's up, Kimberly? Welcome in. AAA. Trina is in the chat, man. Trina, my girl. Look, Trina been at all the hockey games, the soccer games. Trina ready for some college football. She went to the CFL game, Canadian Football League. And I don't know about y'all, but for me, I could watch everything but NFL right now. USFL League was good, right? This season. The Indoor Football League, I don't know if y'all watch Indoor, Arena, Indoor, whatever you want to call it. That was very competitive. Watching the, what else? What other league? I didn't get to watch much CFL, unfortunately. But for postseason football, it was some good stuff going on. It was some good stuff going on. You see some quality football games, entertaining and competitive, right? And you see these leagues starting to pick up some traction as far as how they're, scouting talent and getting guys to fill these rosters. The RNK, what's that? The RNK, I don't know what that is. D1, go to Ebony's comment. I'm gonna jump through these comments while we wait for another phone call. D1 moms understand we have no control where our kids go. We support our babies regardless, 100%. I got a nephew that just, not blood nephew, but Travis Smith Jr. committed to University of Tennessee, right? And long story short, Bama was this close. And honestly, Bama had it. Bama had Travis Smith, but Tennessee just has that. You talking about a player who's going to do their research, a prospect? He's one of them. Another phone call.
Piano man, put me in the game, Coach.
Uh-oh, he just woke up. Hold up, time out.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to turn this off. Piano just woke up. He hung up. I had to turn the music off. Call back, Piano man. He just woke up, y'all. Y'all know he way out there on the West Coast. He in that. I think he on Mountain Time, too. So I think it's just now 7:45. Or is that West Coast time? 7:45. Where Piano Man at. I'll educate y'all on CFL and how we tailgate way up north. You know what, Trina? We are not trying to pull up to the tailgate where we got to be wearing 8 coats, 3 sets of earmuffs, 4 sets of gloves. Y'all know Trina be tailgating in -3-degree weather. She dedicated. I can't do it, Trina. I can't do it. I can't do it. What up, Kevin Smith over here on YouTube today? Kevin, where your membership badge at, man? Take a chance to become a member of the AAA family. Y'all get Kevin that link. One of my mods, senior mods, get Kev that link. Kev in the house. Kev on the bus. Y'all remember that Kevin Hart stand up? Kev on the bus. What? Kev on the bus before he went and cuss his teacher out. Yeah. I'm feeling it, y'all. I'm feeling good today. But while we wait for somebody to call in, I'll go ahead and pull up the depth chart that our lads is projecting for the University of Alabama. And let me make a banner real quick. I didn't get this to Marquita. I'm horrible. And this depth chart, I think a lot of y'all are going to be excited about what y'all see. Especially in the wide receiver room. I know everybody's so excited about Ryan Williams, but this wide receiver class is going to be like the helm of what we're going to see for the future of this wide receiver core. Here we go.
Call from.
Piano man, put me in the game.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yo, Piano Man, what's up? You in the game? Wake up.
Piano man calling in, reporting for duty, sir.
Listen here, Piano Man. You fall in, you dress right, You square yourself away, and I want you to spit your stuff today. You hear me, son?
Yes, sir. But look here, sir. This is not the 1960s no more. But I'll get your ears on.
What about the 1960 Piano Man?
It ain't the 60s no more. Wallace ain't in the office. He dead and gone. You better get that. Together.
Listen. Boy,
I don't like that tone. I don't like that tone there, Sergeant.
Look, sorry.
A little more swag in your voice. Don't come in with all that Humpty Dumpty stuff.
Listen here, I'm from Greenbow, Alabama. There, soldier. I'm gonna talk to you. Let me stop.
I don't care. From Timber to Mississippi. You gonna talk to me with some respect.
Piano Man.
Put some respect on my name.
Piano Man. I remember my first run-in with one of them instances when I was in the military. I don't think I gave that NCO the time of day like you just gave me, bro. I did the meanest about face and walked off so I could keep my sanity and take care of my family because it definitely came out. But how you feeling this morning, my boy?
I feel all right. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to the doctor after carrying my granddaughter for an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get her to check up.
You got.
So I said I couldn't pass this by because I saw some feathers had been ruffled, and since Ebony wants to stir the pot, let me stir her pot.
Here we go.
Let me stir her pot.
Yeah,
now, I'm going to say this. There is a passage of scripture that says, every knee shall bow, and every tongue shall confess. Now, I am in no way comparing Alabama, Nick Saban, Bear Bryant, any of the Bama greats with the Lord. I will never do that. The Lord is in a class all by himself. Matter of fact, he made Bama and the rest of us, you know. But I'm going to say this from a football perspective. I understand how you feel about Ohio State. I understand how you feel about Ohio. Now, me being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I will never, ever bow down to the dog pound. Matter of fact, Cleveland Browns can't win a Super Bowl. But anyway, we're talking about Alabama here and Ohio State. Well, you go ahead and you can embrace them all you want. But now that you over here with the tide, I'm talking about the tide. Can the church say the tide? The tide is going to wash your sins away. The tide is going to make you feel better. The tide is going to help you sleep good at night. And it's going to be the tide that's going to help catapult you from one level and one degree to the next. Oh, you're going to come over. You might come over kicking and screaming, but you're going to come over. You're going to come over.
Yeah, come on.
You might come over. You might not understand why you're coming, but you're just going to come because you know it's the right thing to do. You know you're going to come on over. Well, I'm not worried about Ebony. I ain't worried about that because she's going to be just like everybody else that have doubted, that have said we're not going to make it. Before you know it, you're gonna be wearing that crimson and white. I mean, you got your beat of a son and Noah who's already here. So you may as well come on over with the rest of us, don that and just say Roll Tide. Now let me address Nick Saban right quick before I go in this doctor's office and everything. So here we go. Nick Saban played a game of chess with all these checker players. Yeah, but for those of us on here that's from the proverbial hood, I'm gonna tell you what he did. He wasn't playing chess. He was playing spades. But what it is, he was letting everybody know he was Trump type.
Yeah.
He played it in a way to let you know, to kind of make you think he didn't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, first of all, I'm gonna pick Texas and Georgia. That's what he was supposed
Them the clubs. Them two clubs he had to get rid of real quick. He had to go ahead, throw them two clubs out. They ain't winning no books. Let's go ahead, throw them out the way so we can get the cut.
Because I ain't gonna win them books right there. Come on, I'm gonna let you think that I don't have anything. I'm gonna say Texas and Georgia. First of all, put them on this wise, Smook, and here it is. I'm choosing Texas because you couldn't beat DeBoer. I'm choosing Georgia because you couldn't beat me. Now, here we go.
Hola.
So now I'm throwing them two books out. But now I'm Trump tight because of what I left you. So I'm not a good spade. So for those of you that don't know how to play spades, rule number one: a good spade player never tip his hand.
Never.
So you'll never tip your hand. So come August 31st, we're gonna just throw the first book out. That's WKU. And we just gonna go. So by the time we get to Joneses, we're gonna be playing aces and deuces and all that kind of stuff. But on to the big picture. Ohio State.
Yeah.
Who gives a flip about them? You can't beat Michigan. You ain't beat them in 3 years. You struggle with God knows else. Who else? Look here. You even struggle with Indiana. Man, Ohio State, sit down. Sit down somewhere. Sit down. And so that's all I got to say, Smook. Man, it's all about the tide. I'm like, Roll Tide with it. Man, we don't give a piss about nothing but the tide. And that's the way it goes. So, Ebony, I'm just going to stir your pot, sis. I'm just going to stir your pot. The water's boiling. That water hot now. That water's hot. You better come on over. The water hot. Jump on in. Be like the man at the pool of Bethesda. Get on in there. Water's in trouble. The water's in trouble, Ebony. Come on in. Come on in. We waiting on you. Because we getting our healing. We getting our blessing. We getting that championship like we know we will. I'm Piano Man. And y'all keep the faith. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, big bro. Roll Tide, man. I love when Piano Man come in. He gonna give his, he gonna rant his like he really preaching the message. And I don't have to ask no more questions. I don't have to do nothing. I just, what I'm gonna start doing? It's certain ones when I'll call in, I'm gonna go get me a snack. Y'all know my fat self love to eat. I'm gonna go get a snack. And you gonna have to talk for 7 minutes because I'm gonna go fix me a snack. I'm not gonna just go get one. I'm gonna go fix one. A double turkey sandwich with 2 pieces of cheese, mayonnaise, mustard. We ain't got no pickles in here right now, but mayonnaise, mustard, cheese, turkey. And I'm gonna start doing wheat bread because your boy. Ooh, I got an announcement, y'all. What I told y'all my last weight was 176. What was the last weight check-in? Somebody tell me. I'm gonna post a video too. As a matter of fact, I ain't gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna just post a video. Y'all go, if y'all follow my Instagram or my Facebook, y'all go check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and post it because I'm proud of myself. I went home this past weekend. I didn't get to work out, but I ate every day. There was not a day where I was hungry ever. So yeah, and it's sticking now. I think I'm getting to that. Listen, Twan, everybody we was talking about this a few weeks ago. Your boy is starting to be able to hold that weight. You know what I'm saying? I think I done crossed over to that grown man metabolism stage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't got a gut yet. I'm trying to get a gut. Anybody can help me get a gut, I'm all ears. All right. But shout out to my guy Kevin Smith, man. We said Kevin, we called him out. We said, Kevin, we need to get on here, get that membership badge. My boy done jumped in here and got his membership badge. So if y'all haven't already, I saw y'all already during the phone call. Welcoming Kevin to the AAA family. Hashtag KS for becoming a member of the the AAA family here on the Coach Smook Network. We appreciate you, man. 100%. Comment I want to highlight. I'm sorry. Saban does not like rant poison. And I know you meant rat poison 5, Adam. You're right. He didn't like rat poison when it was it wasn't that he didn't like rat poison. He didn't like the effect that the positive rat poison or the rat poison where it took the attention off of the team concept was out there. Now you got this type of narrative or this type of statement being made by your former coach. This is the type of rat poison you use, and you that means you have a good idea of what's in that locker room, right? He knows what's in that locker room, majority of that locker room. Maybe not those incoming freshmen, not fully acquainted with them, but these are most of the guys that he had to recruit, right? That he recruited, and Kalen DeBoer and his staff had to reassure these guys and keep them secured at the University of Alabama. I want y'all to understand this. I think Alabama on roster right now has 86 scholarship players, if I'm not mistaken, 86 or 87 scholarship players. Somebody fact check me. 86 scholarship players. And when Alabama and Coach Saban parted ways, when Coach Saban retired, I think we had a total of 17 players hit the portal total from the time he the time he retired to the last portal window. I think we've had 17 players leave the University of Alabama, right? As far as transfer portal. Then you lost guys to the NFL draft. I think it was 11 guys go to the draft. So you total on a team of 80, 86, 87 guys, right? From last year, you lose about 21 guys, 23 guys, roughly. You look at the turnover and what we've been able to retain from the portal, just on paper, not production-wise, but on paper. I think that Coach DeBoer is more set up now, more fit now with dealing with less of, well, this is how Coach Saban did it, and more of like, okay, we got to come together and do it. You got transfers in the right spots. You got a center transfer, that's familiar with the system. You got a wide receiver transfer that's familiar with the system. You have cornerbacks and safeties that are familiar with this scheme, this style of defense, this play calling style. You have linebackers who are experienced, not necessarily with this system, but they just play linebackers, experienced linebackers who have SEC reps, right? And honestly, you look at Justin Jefferson, I think he's the impact guy in the linebacker room this year for this style of defense. Go look at what I think the young man's name is Khalil Jacobs out of US University of South Alabama. Go look at his style of play and look how fast he is and how effective he was in this scheme, getting out in space and being just a play wrecker. Not necessarily blowing everything up in the backfield, but literally just disrupting everything that comes across his zone. So I'm excited about this. Jumping into this depth chart, the 2024 depth chart. Let me see if I got a banner. Did I end up typing that banner up? I didn't. Here we go. Quick and easy. Quick and easy. Yes. Make sure y'all like and share and subscribing. Listen, we got 66 live here on YouTube. We got 129 live on Twitter. I see y'all over there getting active. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do. But if you really want to enjoy it, come to the YouTube side. And as we get ready to round out this last hour, we're about to step into our final rant. We're going to talk about the depth chart, but then fourth quarter calling segment. I don't care if you got 2 minutes to call in. Calling segment, fourth quarter calling segment. I'm telling y'all, this is going to be a part of the show that I think is going to really change the game for us. I want y'all to blow the phone lines up. We will take the last 20 minutes of the show. Before I close out. And I want you to call in and I want your rant. 2-minute rant. Just go. I don't have a question for you. Call in and go. My name is Greg. Put me in the game, coach. Hey, Greg, you in the game? What's on your mind? You know what? Kirby Smart, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi State. I mean, just go in. Now, try to keep the cussing down. And because I wasn't cussing, I just like using it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love, it's just something about that button, especially when I got to try to catch y'all. But call in and let it rip. To this evening. I won't be live, but I have I have a recruiting video that I'm gonna post. We're going to start highlighting each recruit. We're going to do 2-minute takes on each recruit and highlight their skill sets. And we're going to start putting that out for our members. Thinking about, and if you're just a regular channel subscriber, think about becoming a member. These members are going to have some insight about these recruits and their recruiting story. based off of some of the relationships and some of the conversations that I built. So some of these clips, I've got approval to post screenshots of text messages between me and some of the recruits. And it's nothing crazy, just showing confirmation and dates of when I was calling stuff and when stuff happened. This is part of that content. So you get to see how we kind of operate on the back end with the insider scoop for the Coach Smook Network and how we build relationships. And you get to hear the backstory and our assessments, full assessments of what these guys are doing. And it's going to be not interactive, but it's going to be 2 minutes, 2-minute clips so that they can be posted as shorts across all platforms and attract more people to the content that we're pushing out. Always trying to be authentic, always trying to stay authentic, never trying to replicate or copy or duplicate what anybody's doing. If we're referencing something, we're going to acknowledge it. And that's what we do. That's what we do here at the Coach Smook Network. And I'm proud to be a part of an authentic community, authentic brand that's going to continue to grow because that's who we are. Right. But one more announcement before we get to the last hour of the show, the last 45 minutes of the show. Real quick. Let me see if I got it pulled up already. Big announcement. And Marquita, that banner, look out for the next event. I think it's at the top. Go ahead and run that one because I think I'm gonna try to clip this for a commercial. I think I want to try to clip parts of this for our updated infomercial regarding this event. So 3, 2, 1. So AAA family, if you haven't heard or if you haven't already purchased your tickets, we have made some great changes. We have made a change to where our tailgate party event is going to be. We locked it in yesterday, and this right here is one that I'm excited about. One, because of the venue, the location. Secondly, I'm excited because it just helps us as a community as far as cost of things, setup, all of that. We don't have to stress about it. We get to take part of festivities. We have our own area. So for everybody that's purchased tickets, if your ticket didn't cover the cost of the change, I've already sent the refund out, so you don't worry about that. Coach Smook ain't keeping no money from you, none of that. We don't do that here at Coach Smook Network. We want to do this event for the community, not for our own self-gain. This is our community event. But if you haven't seen it already, we have the new tailgate party committee, the new tailgate party flyer out. Here we go. Coach Smook tailgate party, Alabama versus Georgia. Coach Smook Network collabing with tailgate party committee. They're hosting us. They are hosting us. So if you're purchasing a ticket for this tailgate party, we will have our own section amongst this huge event. We will have a section taped off, roped off, tinted off, whatever. And it's inside a gated lot. It's a lot more organized than what we were going to be able to put forth for our first event. I think this collab is a huge one. One being simple fact that there will be a lot of opposing fans there. I love the fact that we're going to be 50 deep. We got 50 tickets allotted for this. So if you haven't purchased a ticket, we've already sold, I want to say 20 tickets. Well, no, 22 yesterday. We had to give 4 back. So 18 tickets have been sold out of the 50 that's available. But yeah, y'all taking advantage of that. Take advantage of it because we want y'all to be a part of this event. Our custom t-shirts, if you purchase a ticket, you're going to get a regular shirt. If you want a custom shirt, it's basically $20 extra for the custom. That's going to be included in your purchase. We have our distributor for our t-shirts on call, ready to go ahead and handle that meeting today. But y'all take a look at it. We doing some big things. Here with this tailgate. And if y'all don't know who the tailgate party committee is, they are, take that off the screen. The tailgate party committee is, they travel and they do tailgates for not only college, NFL, they do Major League Soccer, and they're actually starting to expand into college basketball. Y'all ever seen college basketball and NBA basketball tailgates? Nah, but they have the events where they're hosting and they provide the screens, everything that they want. We're going to have our own section. We get to bring our own screen. We get to bring our own tent. We get to have our banner. We get to have our t-shirts. We get to have our own little music booth. Like everything we wanted to set up anyways, we get to do it in a more confined space, but our own space. Nobody going to be coming sitting under our tents. Nobody going to be coming putting their hand in our coolers. There will be food available at this event up until kickoff, and then there will be food vendors on the lot. There will also be alcoholic beverages available. Of course, you have to be 21 or older to partake of, and you are accountable for your alcohol intake. We not babysitting nobody, but understand if you don't act accordingly, if you start to get unruly, they have security on hand. Coach Smook Network, we will have our own personnel, helping kind of keep things in line. I don't think our community gonna have no problems. I pray that we don't, but if we do, things will be set up. But we are moving in the right direction with this event. So definitely go check out eventbrite.com. Type in Coach Smook location is the Tuscaloosa. You type in Coach Smook, and you go in there and you have tickets available. I know it say $30 to $80, but those are tickets that was purchased by two of our VIP members. They were confused at how the ticket pricing was purchased, and they purchased another membership thinking that they were doing it for the tailgate. It was something else, but those tickets aren't available no more. There's two tickets. You got a $60 ticket and you have the $80 ticket. Simple as that. In regards to the parking, no, there's no VIP parking anymore. No, we don't. We the lot that we have, they only have a certain area for parking, and that's going to be the tailgate party committees, their RVs that they use, that they travel with for their equipment, and where they host different events inside, whatever they do with it. There won't be parking there, but the location that we have, and we talked about this yesterday in the moderators meeting, a lot of parking lots around I put it like this, and this is how I broke it down. If you were coming to the game to tailgate anyways, right? You will be trying to find parking. So that day, let's say the cheapest parking you're gonna find probably on that day is $40. And that's gonna be 2 miles away from the stadium, 2 miles walking distance. The closer you get to the stadium, the more expensive the parking is, right? The location we at is a centralized location right there on the main strip, and there's nothing but open parking lots that are closed on Saturdays for the games. They allow other organizations to host and guard people's vehicles. So you might have a $60 lot right here, $20 lot over there, $40 lot. It might be. But I'm telling you, Georgia-Alabama game, 1 o'clock. If you're not in town by 1 o'clock trying to find your parking spot, you're going to have trouble finding parking. So we've been privy. The event starts at 3 o'clock, but they're allowing us access at 1 o'clock. So you start coming at 1 o'clock. All the parking lots surrounding the event, the gated event, will be available for your use, and they're all within less than 400 meter walking distance. That's a track. If you can't walk a lap around the track, you shouldn't be outside in September in Tuscaloosa anyways, because it might not be a good health choice. So appreciate your support, but your health is more important first. But the ticket itself, it is cost efficient, plus what you're getting with it, the access you're getting, knowing that you're going to be in a lot of space. We're pricing chairs for our tent where we're going to be watching the game in our section. So if you want to bring your lawn chairs, by all means, but I think we're going to price about 40 chairs to see what the rental cost will be for chairs. Don't complain about how comfortable it is. You want to be comfortable, bring your own. We encourage you to bring your own. I encourage you to bring your own, because I'm gonna bring my own. My family gonna bring their stuff. But we might be able to have, and we're trying to work it out based off the space. And when we do the walkthrough next month, I want to see if we can possibly get, because we had 11 VIP with parking purchases, right? The only thing would be if you purchase those tickets and we're able to negotiate that to get those extra parking spots that's in that lot, you would definitely have to be there on time before it's time to set up. You won't be able to come in when traffic starts, when the event gets ready to start. You would have to be there before that. That's a sacrifice you're going to have to make. That was a sacrifice you're going to have to make at the other event too. If y'all read the description for that ticket purchase. So just be mindful of all of that. So if you purchase a ticket, if you purchase a VIP with parking ticket, you're still getting the value of your ticket, because the original cost, we're getting a discount at that, plus you're getting your t-shirt and everything that comes with the event. The only thing is you're going to have to find different parking. And like I said, it's not going to be a hassle. I promise you, this is going to be an event that is going to be hype. It's going to bring us a lot of exposure as a community. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see y'all intermingle with other fans, other Alabama fans. I'm at, so does that money automatically be refunded the difference? Kareem, your ticket particularly, yeah, you're going to get refunded. Everybody that refunded your money's going to get refunded. So please don't come with that energy. I don't do that. I've been associated with a brand that do that, and we don't do that. We don't do that here at Coach Smook Network. We gonna get you your stuff. But definitely look at the outcome. Like I said, we knew that it was going to cause a little discrepancy, but when I explained it to the mods, majority of everybody was in agreement that was the best option. Y'all got to understand, it's not about getting a space and then saying we're going to show up there. There's so much that goes into setting up an event like that. There's so much that goes into it. The Tailgate Party Committee, they were planning this event last year when the schedule got released. They got locked in for their location and all of that. So while we were doing stuff on the other channels, they were already planning this. So for them to host us is a big move for us as far as our exposure and also just networking. And we're going to take advantage of it and have fun with it. So check out Coach the eventbrite.com, Coach Smook, location Tuscaloosa, Coach Smook Tailgate Party hosted by the Tailgate Party Committee. Y'all can't and it's something that y'all don't want to miss. I will be sharing videos from their previous events in our Discord. So y'all can check it out and see what we're going to be stepping into and what the togetherness of the AAA community is really going to mean in that type of environment. So appreciate y'all for that. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Fourth quarter calling segment. Can we go into it? Do we have somebody that want to call in? Because if not, I think I want to dive into this last topic and just go full force with the depth chart. So let me see. Do I have the graphic up? Yes, I do. Let me go here. Boom, share this tab. And let's dive into the depth chart talk. Do we got the banner up? Depth chart, 2024 depth chart. Let's jump into it, y'all. And we look at this depth chart, man. I think spring game, and I want the chat to respond, A, B, C, D, F. Spring game grade. Overall with the team, what are you giving this team after the spring game? A being you feel like we're set up, we're poised to be 11-1, 12-0, SEC champs, the best you can possibly hope for based off of the assessment on the SEC championship. I mean, the A-Day game. Or, DF, this team is in trouble. Our defense ain't going to be able to stop the run. Jalen Miro can't complete the passes. If Jalen Miro goes down, we're done. Like, whatever. So, what's your grade based off the spring game and going forward? How do y'all feel about this depth chart, man? This depth chart. Starting off, we talking about projected starters, and we're gonna let me see if I can zoom in some more. You're talking about on the offensive side, of course, starting quarterback Jalen Miro, running back Justice Haynes, tight end CJ Dupree is getting the nod as the start based off of our lads. Going to the X receiver Jeremy Bernard, Kendrick Law at the Z, and look at those new numbers. I think these new numbers on these kids on these players are gonna be fire. Kendrick Law, number 1, that fits him. That 19 was tough. Debo Samuels, but I think number 1 fits him. Jeremy Bernard, number 5. Kobe Prentice still rocking number 6. You got Caden Proctor picking up 74 again. Good to see him in his old number. And y'all know I was definitely against Caden Proctor coming back. I just didn't like the way he leave, but I'm glad he's back, y'all. I can't even lie. I'm glad he's back. There's a picture I actually want to show y'all with the offensive linemen. They were doing some combative handwork in training to work on their technique. Tyler Book at the left guard, Parker Brailsford at center, right guard Jaden Roberts, and right tackle Elijah Pritchett. That is probably the only discrepancy I see with this lineup. That is probably the only discrepancy that I see. The Kinesis, Kareem Hood says too early, B+ until I see the first game that after the spring game. Facts. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Kareem. I'm strong. I'm strong on the B+ right now. And I'm leaning more towards an A-, because I can't evade the fact that Coach Kalen DeBoer has won everywhere that he's gone. Everywhere. I just can't get past that. Everywhere he's gone, he's taken the program and left it in a better stage than where it was. How do you go and take Alabama and elevate them to a better place than where they were with Coach Saban? You win a national championship. So I'm right there with you. Right now, they are a B. I still believe we go 12-0 Miro Heisman year. We win the SEC and Natty games. Right there with you, Kinesis. I think we have all of the assets. We have all the tools to go out there and do it. Zachary Wood just says, too early to give an A. So I'll go B+ right there. I'm right there with you. Who do I think starts? Shane B says, who do you think starts at right tackle? Me is Wilkin Formby. And it's not what I think, it's what I know. It's what I know. And there hasn't been much change or shuffling, even with Gino Vandermark coming in as the transfer late after spring. That was more so to kind of put some more depth at the center position. You got guys like Rock Montgomery who were working at the center position before Vandermark got here. You had James Brockmeyer here who's going. You had Elias Alanin working at center, right? So I think Vandermark getting added to the group creates a little more experience, but you solidify kind of more depth at the center position. But I'm telling you right now, you got Rock Montgomery. I think Rock Montgomery, realistically, if we was to really put where he's slotted, he's at center and at right guard. As your second string guy, he's the first guy for the interior off the bench. Honestly, on the right side, center to right guard, he's going to be your first guy off the bench. If any, pending, God forbid any injuries happen. And then on the left side, behind Tyler Booker, you're going to see the likes of maybe Olis Alanin and maybe Sanders. Sanders struggled in the the 8A game. Just young. I think he's going to be a late bloomer. Junior year, maybe he starts to show that he can compete. But he got a talented 25 class coming in of his junior year, so he's really going to have to pick it up. Dwight said B-. I got to see after the first game if I can go higher. 100%. So with these grades, I'm gonna average it out. We're going to say we average out to a B based off of the responses, right? What would you need to see? What would you need to see? That's a question I want you to think of. What would you need to see in the Western Kentucky game for this team to really convince you that they're on the right track? Not necessarily that they got it figured out, but that they're on the right track. What would you need to see? And bring those comments up in the chat. I'm really gonna make a good edit off of this topic today. Let's go to the defensive side. The defensive side of the depth chart. You got starting at Bandit, which is your basically your big defensive end. Bandit being big. Bandit big. I don't want to say it because y'all gonna get me. Y'all gonna get me. Antoine, shut up. Dwight, I don't want to hear it because I didn't say it. And thank God Moonrocker isn't in here active right now because I almost said it. So your Bandit is going to be your big defensive end. And then the starter right now, they have Ja Latham. I think that's very accurate. Ja Latham definitely showed some spark in spring ball, show his growth. You look down at depth chart, though, we're talking about the D-line. The 3-man front is probably going to be the deepest rotation we've seen at Alabama in some years. You look at that Bandit position, and this is crazy. You got a guy like Keon Keeley who's getting acquainted to the defensive end, this new technique of defensive end. He's always played on the edge, right? He's always been able to just go and roam, but he's having to take on and seal a lot more in this scheme, right? And because of that, they're working him because he can beat you to a spot and win most of his one-on-ones, right? But you put Keon Keeley in this position to learn this technique, it just creates more value for him as he becomes more mature in this system, right? At the college level. Jordan Renard, another big body defensive end that I think is going to start to show his value this year. And then you got LT Overton, who's also a transfer. I forget who I had on. I think it was week before last or last week. But they spoke on LT Overton, how highly touted he was going to Texas A&M and how A&M tried to play him, as a true edge, a speed edge, and that's not his skill set. Big edge is where he's going to thrive. You see him pick his weight back up, being more what his natural abilities allow him to flourish in. I think this is going to be a good spot for him. But starting Ja Latham, Tim Keenan at defensive tackle, nose tackle, and Jaheim Otis at D tackle. I don't want y'all to pay attention to how this 4-man right here. I want to show y'all right here if I can highlight this 4-man rotation right here. One game it might be, nose tackle might be Tim and defensive tackle might be Jaheim. It might be Tim Smith and then it might be Jaheim Otis right there to start the game. But then some games you might have Tim Keenan and Damon Payne starting right there at the defensive tackle and the nose tackle position side by side based off the formations they come out. Then you got Jaheim Otis. This is what I love about our defensive line rotation in this room. You don't have to play. Jaheim Otis shouldn't be playing 45 snaps a game. Tim Keenan shouldn't be playing 45 snaps a game. 30, 35 snaps between your starters, your primary guys, and these guys behind us should be getting 20. Get Edric Hill and James Smith. James Smith is going to be pushing for taking snaps between these Tim Smith, Edric Hill, Damon Payne. That's where you're going to start seeing those guys fighting for snaps. right? And then you go down the line. Hunter Osborne, I know they have him slotted way down here, but he's going to be a run stuffing, run scheme key guy. They're going to put him in the middle of the defense. Him and Jeremiah Beam, they're going to let them go to work. They're going to let them go to work. Isaiah Faga is going to get a lot of pickup time, a lot of pickup snaps to where he's just going to be disruptive. No, and because of the depth, you can play assignment type football. When you get in the game, this is what you do. When you get in the game, this is what you do. This is your job. When you play at an aggressive style, when you call it aggressive defensive play calling style, you allow your guys to flourish in these type of schemes. Going to the linebacker position, you got Quindarius Robinson at Wolf. These pass rush specialists of this defense is going to be lined up at the Wolf. And you look at the guys at that position: Quindarius Robinson, Keanu Cole, Quay Russaw, Yanzi Pierre, Jay Sean Ross. All of these guys are pass rush specialists. You don't get better. You don't get much of a better group at as far as just go out there and get the quarterback. You don't get too much of a better group with these guys. A name that y'all not seeing on here is definitely my young boy Noah Carter. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of guys that's going to end up getting redshirted in this freshman class that play the linebacker and the defensive end position. Am I saying he's going to be one? I'm not sure. QB Reese might be one of those guys that end up getting redshirted. You know, Caden Jones, all these guys that are going to have time to develop and learn this scheme because they're going to be called on to be reliable rotational guys and going into their sophomore year. These guys are going to take advantage of this year. Justin O might sneak his way onto the field this year in rotation. You know, Sterling Dixon might sneak his way. I saw those guys in their performance in the spring game, and they performed very well, especially Justin O. He was all over the field. But you got your starters on the inside with Deontay Lawson, Jahad Campbell. Excited to see that tandem come back. You know, those guys coming back playing together. They love playing together. They really feed off each other. And you got guys like Jeremiah Alexander, who was at outside linebacker last year. Now he's moved to the inside linebacker position, and you saw his effectiveness in being in the run game last year, also in the spring game, in attacking the run game. So I like it. Justin Jefferson, your fastest linebacker on the field. Him and Justin O have some crazy speed. His number 15, I think that's going to be a good number on him. All right, get out of here with that. He over here chewing on his bone, y'all, and it sounds like he's chewing through the floor. You doing too much. I fed you this morning. Stop acting all brand new, okay, sir? We're on the show. We're busy. Y'all want to say hey to Art real quick while we talking about this depth chart? Come here, Art. Come here. Up. Come on. Come on. All right, he being weird, y'all. He want to shake hands and stuff. I ain't trying to shake hands. We're talking about depth charts, Art. But yeah, then the secondary, you got left cornerback, basically your boundary corner. That's going to be Deshaun Jones. That's they're sliding him. I honestly don't think that's a lock, y'all. I don't think that's a lock. I think Saban Brown really has a strong, firm grip on that starting spot at that boundary corner position. And Deshaun Jones is going to have to come in and take it from this staff. Mo Lindquist, they're very excited about what Xavier Brown brings to the table as a true freshman. One of your more polished. He and Xavier Mincy are the most polished of the secondary guys in the secondary that can play right now. Jalen Mbakwe, another uber athletic guy, has to work on some small things to get on the field early, but when it's his time, he's going to be ready. Red Morgan is just ready. He's just ready for what you need to be done at that Husky position. Red Morgan is definitely going to be an intricate part in the secondary, but you got Deshaun Jones, Keon Sabat, the strong safety, which I have had to learn to take a liking to, seeing how this defense moves and how they shift. I like Sap and more at the free safety and strong safety positions. Then at your right cornerback, where your Husky and your right cornerback and your Husky, basically your guy that's going to be guarding the slot for the most part. Your slot receivers, you got Damani Jackson over there, and he's going to be my fault. I'm reading it backwards. Damani Jackson is going to be basically your ISO corner. The corner that's to the field in the open space. You're going to see him. I think in this defensive scheme, we might see with pass heavy teams, we might see our defensive backs travel. You might see our defensive backs travel against run heavy teams. You might see more of the linebacker 3-4 nickel look, where they bring a fourth linebacker on the field instead of having
5 DBs. They might take a DB off and bring a third linebacker on the field, or a true defensive lineman on the field. It's all about matchups, creating matchups, and taking advantage of the weaknesses that the offense will present. And this defense wants to play fast and aggressive. So it's going to be tough to beat us with the type of athletes that we have. And then, of course, special teams. One thing I'm excited about, we don't talk about it a lot because it kind of gets overlooked. Kick return, punt return. I know they have Jeremy Bernard and Kendrick Law slotted for this, but I think, and I'm going to continue to say this, I think that this staff is going to allow a lot of the young guys to get opportunities on special teams. I would not be surprised to see the likes of Ryan Williams or Bubba Hampton or Jalen Mbakwe or Xavier Mincy or Xavier Brown. I would not be surprised to see those guys on kick return, punt return, making plays for us. I would not be surprised. So looking at that depth chart, how y'all feel about it? We are now in our fourth quarter calling segment. So my producer, she had to go. She always here for the first 2 hours, and then after that I have to let her go. But I promised y'all some longer lives this week so we can get more content out, and that's what I'm gonna do. I appreciate you, Marquita. You 100% the best. Your work computer. Oh yeah, go ahead, handle your business, sis. But I appreciate you. But yeah, call-in segment is now available. Fourth quarter call-in segment. Understand that you're calling in, and I'm gonna say you in the game. You take your 2 minutes and spit. And what's gonna happen is I'm not gonna tell you when your time up. You just spit. So once you get that cue, you spit. And I'm gonna let you go for 2 minutes, a full 2 minutes. Just rip. So if you feel like you can handle that pressure, we're talking about the 2024 depth chart first, and then I want you to spit. So first call in, y'all know who it is.
Call from
Zachary put me in the game, coach.
to accept.
Yo, Zach, you in the game. Go on ahead. Fourth quarter call-in segment. Spit your stuff.
Oh, Ohio State fans. Y'all are some northern, no good, not worthy, piss poor, money grubbing fools because you think you can pay your players to come to your school and play for you, but Bama's about to show you can't do that because we tried making it not about pay for play, and yes, we've had some success, we had some downfall, and that was under Saban because Saban wasn't willing to sit down and negotiate and change his ways. But Kalen DeBoer's about to show y'all that you can't doubt him. You can't call him Husky Harson because he's not Husky Harson. To the Auburn fans, y'all about to get y'all's butts beat so bad. Y'all want to lead the SEC and not come back. To the Georgia fans, your coach is garbage. He's mediocre at best, and the only thing he's really good at is being a defensive coordinator. Because I mean, look who taught him. To the Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans, y'all are garbage. Your schools are garbage. Y'all will never have a coach that can compete at a level to take y'all to a championship. To Texas fans, y'all are some delusional mother effers who y'all couldn't even. It took y'all what
10 seconds,
like 15 years to win the Big 12. I mean,
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
And it's been 18 years since you won a national championship. All right, I'm done.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Y'all, Zach is off the line, man. We had to take this. Y'all, Zach had the notebook out. You know what? I feel like Zach was over there like this, y'all. I feel like Zach had his notepad out. He was like, Ohio State, hold on. Y'all's a bunch of no good, rich, sorry sons of that can't recruit just by your recruit. Like, come on, man. Zach popping it off with the heat, though, man. I love it, man. Y'all, I had a comment, and I think this is my comment of the day. The Kinesis. Hold on, Kinesis. I gotta give you one, man. I gotta give you one. Hold on. Where is it? Kinesis. This is classic. He's not Husky Harrison. He's not Husky Harrison. He's definitely Seattle Saban. So far, Seattle Saban has came in and just put his foot on the neck of recruiting the SEC. They scared. So shout out to him. Listen, phone call line is open. Fourth quarter call-in segment, man. Y'all come in. This is powered by the AAA family. The beat in the background, the hype music in the background is Bob Boy Rico Mitchell. Shout out to Rico. But this stream is powered by the AAA family. And the fourth quarter call-in segment, Put Me in the Game call-in segment, brought to you by the AAA family, man. Y'all continue to support and show love. The phone line is open, 334-625. Take your 2 minutes and talk your stuff to close out the day, y'all. We closing out the day strong. Look, I think we got enough time for this. Might be the last call. So if you're trying to call in, 334-625-1121. And then after that call, come on, Davin. I know you got something. Davin, I see you in the chat. We miss your voice, brother. We miss your voice. We know life been lifing, but we miss you, brother. I would love to hear what you got to say. I would love to give you the floor. I'll give you 4 minutes to say what you got to say. Go ahead, call in, my brother. Go ahead. And we are here on the Coach Smook Morning Show, the Coach Smook Network. We representing hard. We representing heavy, y'all. I love what y'all are doing here and supporting the content. We got 202 total viewers right now watching between YouTube and Twitter. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you're on Twitter, man, leave some comments. I don't like when y'all inbox me and DM me. It doesn't give the same effect. Y'all be DMing me stuff, answering questions, and I go and I look. It's like, we had this conversation a few years ago. A few hours ago. I don't even know what you're referencing. So come into the chat and pop your stuff. Come in and talk to your stuff. Come in and talk your stuff, man. But yeah. And hey, this call-in segment for all my people on Twitter too. This call-in segment ain't just for Bama fans. This for everybody. Call in, pop your stuff. You want to talk some trash at Bama? Talk. Call in.
Devin from Birmingham, put me in the game, coach.
To accept, press 1. To send.
Yo, David, man, that's what I'm talking about, boy. You in the game. I'm gonna back off the mic and let you do your thing, boy. Go ahead, David, in the game.
Man, Ebony got me riled up today. I love Ebony. Love her son. I know he gonna do great things at that wolf position for Bama, man. But all this Ohio State talk in the Bama chat, come on, man. Ohio State ain't on Bama level. Y'all got 8 national championships total. We got 18. We ain't worried about no Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm just being real. So I'm tired of hearing all that Ohio State talk, all this Bucknuts talk, all that Urban Meyer talk. Nick Saban ran Urban Meyer out the SEC. Let's be real. We know about Urban Meyer. Y'all don't know about Urban Meyer up north. We know about Urban Meyer in the SEC. Urban Meyer got ran out the SEC. All of a sudden, he had health issues, and I want to spend time with my family because he was getting whooped by Nick Saban in Alabama. Let's just call it what it is. So I'm done with Ohio State. I don't want to hear no more Ohio State, no OH Tide. I don't want to hear none of that. So I'm done with Ohio State. We can move forward from them. I'm not feeling sorry for them because they deserve it, but our little brother across the state, Auburn, they getting what they deserve because they really thought because Alabama lost Nick Saban that they were going to ascend to the top of the SEC again. Even if, and I doubt this is ever going to happen, even if Alabama was to slide back, who says that Auburn's going to slide into that place? Y'all not UGA. Y'all not Texas. Y'all not even Tennessee. Y'all not even Ole Miss. Auburn is Mississippi State.
in Alabama. Let's just call it what it is. So I'm tired of hearing all the Auburn fans. I'm tired of hearing about y'all when we almost beat y'all, all these moral victories, but y'all lost. Y'all lost. Only y'all been holding on to the kick six for how many years now? Kick six been over 10 years ago, and y'all still talking about the kick six. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Auburn fans. I'm tired of all. I'm just ready for August, brother. I'm ready for August so we can start whipping up on some of these teams and really showing some of these teams that Bama is still the standard. Bama is still going to be here. I'm just tired of hearing all these teams talk all this smack. I got full support, and I'm fully behind Coach DeBoer. He's already showing everybody in recruiting what he's going to be doing. He's already showing everybody what he's going to be doing on the football field. So, man, I'm just excited, man, to see what these boys about to do.
100%, Davin. Anything else you want to say, man? I'm glad to hear your voice. Glad you called in, man. Anything else you want to say to the family before I let you go? Because that is the perfect way to end the fourth quarter call-in segment, bro. I mean, just lay it out there for them. The proof, like Coach Sean say, the proof is in the detail.
Thanks, man. It's in the numbers, man. But no, for real, I just want to just thank everybody, man. I feel y'all love and prayers and support during this time. God has really shown me during this time that I'm surrounded in all aspects of life by great people. I really have felt the love and the support from a lot of people during this, the tragic time for my family. So AAA, I really appreciate you guys reaching out, checking in on me, praying for me and my family. Please keep my family lifted up. My mom, my aunt, that was their baby brother, so they're really taking this really hard. But even through this dark time, I still feel the presence of God, and I know even through tragic moments, God's gonna still get the glory out of this moment.
I know that's right.
So I'm not gonna let my uncle's life be in vain. I'm not gonna let my uncle just his memory die. But God's gonna get the glory out of this regardless. It's evil people in this world, and what the devil meant for bad and what happened to my uncle, I understand that God's gonna turn it around.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna get the glory out of this situation.
Yes, sir. And I want to encourage you, man. It's crazy that you were dealing with death because death in the family, because I had lost, in a matter of 48 hours, two friends, like randomly, and it's not that we were so close. It's just I'm 34. I'm 34, and I got friends 29, 31. Young kids that I was watching play high school football out here. 3 years later after high school, y'all just graduated from playing on the same team, same state championship team, or had the opportunity to be on that team, and y'all out arguing, and it resorts to gun violence, the loss of lives, and at what cost, man? And it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help the people that you're hurting. And this world definitely needs to be more aware. Our society, especially in America, we need to really try to band together, because the government is not doing it for us. We see that in the political races. We see how everything is shaping up. So right. for this community, man, I've been making it a matter of prayer to continue every day. And some days I'm not going to sit here and act like, I don't have my own things that I'm going through in my life. But when I'm thinking about AAA Community Coach Smook Network and what we're doing, man, I really pray and I ask God that even if I can't be the vessel or the mouthpiece that's being used, that the environment that we're creating provides this type of support. And I'm glad to hear that, man. It does my heart so good that I don't have nothing to do with that. That's the people that God has placed in this circle that around me that really have a dedication to being themselves. And when you do that, you find authentic people, and you can truly experience love past just it being a 4-letter word. Love is not just an emotional attachment. Love is a way of life. And when you love people, when you love good and you love doing good things for people, you find yourself in a better position generally, no matter the circumstances of how it look in a moment. Love can really carry you through some things. And Davin, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, I love you, man, for real. And when I heard that,
too, man. Love you too, Coach Smook.
For real, man, when I heard it, it really hurt me, because I was dealing with my own thing, and I could have just been like, well, I'm dealing with some stuff too. But nah, we all family, man. And in a weird way, we share struggles. And it's easy to get through something when you can see. He taught Jace McClellan and Roy Dale Williams, for example. Both of them had the same injury. And you see how they both came back, how they used that to push each other. When you have people that understand what you're going through and you can relate with them,
it don't feel as lonely, and you feel a little bit more inspired to go ahead and process through that thing. And so, man, just know that we're going to continue to pray for you. And that's for everybody in the AAA family. We're going to continue to pray for y'all. We're going to continue to support y'all in whichever way we can. Y'all did it for me in one of the hardest times of my young career as a media personality, as a content creator. Y'all did it for me in this place where, old me would have just went crazy. I got your address. Ain't no more talking. I'm pulling up. But I because of y'all support, knowing that I had people behind me that were actually rooting for me, that wouldn't listen to the poison that was putting out there, it made me push to become better. So I hope that's what we were able to do as a family, as a community for you. And I'm grateful to be a part of this positive energy that we're projecting, man. So I appreciate you, Davin.
For sure, man. And, as always, man, roll tide.
Roll tide, my boy. You have a good one. We'll check in.
All right, you too.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Davin, man. That was good. Good to hear Davin's voice, man. And like y'all heard him say that family experienced some tragedy, but not once did he look for a handout. He just asked for prayer. And one thing about our family, y'all, all you got to do is go in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, it ain't all about just trash talk, supporting college football, all of that. This is a family. You need help. You need references for things in life, and you need help. You need to be pointed in a certain direction. We have assets and resources available, or people who can point you in the right direction in our community. And that's why we call it a community. It's not a fan base. This is a community. Y'all won't ever, if I ever call y'all fans, correct me. That's disrespectful. I don't have fans. I have a community of people that support the agenda, that support the vision. And this is my baby. This Coach Smook Network is my baby. So I would not want you a part of this unless I trust you. And everybody that's supporting, I trust you in some facet. I trust you to continue to push the vision and support what we're doing here. So with that being said, y'all, I want to thank everybody for pulling up today. I want to thank everybody, y'all. It was a great show. I think we did better than we did yesterday. So the goal is to get 1% better every day. And as we close out the show, man, I want y'all, all my members, run up the AAA emojis, run up the chat as we close out. I'm gonna let the beat run. Don't forget, buy your tickets. Get your tickets for the Coach Smook Tailgate event. And yes, it's going to be one to remember. I promise you guys, you do not want to miss this. You do not want to miss this tailgate event. Once again, go to eventbrite.com. If you go in and type in Coach Smook with the location Tuscaloosa, you'll get here. This is the new layout. It has this. I know it has two pictures up here. I don't know why I put it in there twice, but that's the new updated flyer. You go in there, check it out, purchase your tickets, guys. $60, $80 tickets. Address is in there. If you want to see where the location is and the lot that we're going to be using, go ahead and check it out. Type it in on Google Maps and you'll get to see basically where we at. And this is the banner. This is the banner we're going to have for the tailgate event. You know what? We've had new members join. I'm going to give y'all up until next Friday to get your picture for the banner in. I want y'all to really think about this, because this is what we're going to use the whole season. And then for the t-shirt design, we'll put the t-shirt design out Friday, the custom and the regular. The only difference between the regular and the custom, on the back of the custom, the number that's going to be on the back of everybody's custom shirt, because we plan to continue to do this, right, year after year. The thing is, the number on the back is going to be 24. We're going to do for the year 2024. We might do 2024, but I think 24 will be just fine, where we do the apostrophe 24, your name at the top. So when you go back 3 years from now and we get ready to take pictures and we're telling people, I've been at Coach Smook Network for 3 years. I'm AAA. I've been AAA for 3 years. You have those memories and those things to look back on, kind of like a class reunion shirt. So when we show up to our events, our postseason events, our off-season events, hey, everybody, make sure bring all your shirts. If you got 24, 25, 26 shirt, when my son graduated in 28, I would love to be covering my son as a recruit, right? You know what I'm saying? So have him at the tailgate going into his senior year or something like that. Going to be fun. But yeah, let's get into it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for supporting. Don't forget, if you want to become a member of the YouTube channel, member of the YouTube channel and support monthly, we have our options available. One of my moderators will put that link in the chat. The Tailgate link has already been placed in the chat, so y'all could click on that to go there. Where's my other ones? If you want to support monetarily, if you want to continue, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all yesterday, man. I had 2 people that were that thought it not robbery to send us cash apps. Shout out to those 2. They said they did not want to be mentioned, but the cash apps are really helping y'all, especially right now, the month of July with the travel we had to do last week. It's definitely helping. So I appreciate you all 100%. But yeah, become a member of the channel. There goes the PayPal. We got Cash App somewhere up here. There goes the Cash App. And I don't like to show these long time because it make it look like I'm begging, and I don't ever want y'all to think I'm begging for anything. If I need help, I'm gonna ask for help. There goes the Venmo right there. Everything should be at Coach Smook. If you have a question, hit us up, hit one of my moderators up. They'll tell you which one's the right one. Get in that Discord, y'all. Definitely get in that Discord and get privy to all the information that's available for here at the Coach Smook Network. But with that being said, I want to say thank you all for tuning into the show today. I'm Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and this has been another episode of the Coach Smook Morning Show. You go on today, roll tide, be blessed. I love you, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. See y'all, hopefully. I should have this video posted right at noon. We'll actually do a premiere for it. It's not a long video, so if you see the notification, jump in there and support it, comment. I think this is going to be a funny one. I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Roll Tide.
That shit ain't no average.